Hello everybody and welcome to Splatoon Advanced Circuit Season 5 Tournament 4. I'm Cater and I'm joined here today by Quark.
Yeah, that's a mouthful. The question is though, is it SAC or SAC? Tell us.
I think SAC is better, but hey, it's a fair debate. It's a fair debate, but I'll be going with SAC for this time. Watch me forget I said that and say SAC.
Yes, and we're gonna be starting off with, guys, look at this ornge versus unlucky. And I know we can't see the profile pictures on the screen, but guys, this ornge is, their picture is quite literally just some dude holding up a peeled orange. It looks very tasty.
It's not even, oh no, it is peeled all the way. I thought it wasn't peeled all the way. Okay, well, yeah, we've got some names that I recognize here, Yoshel, Bishop, people. I don't necessarily recognize these teams as a whole, but be very excited to see what they have to bring today. Believe we're starting off on Tower Control Monta Maria for this? Yes, we are.
And before we take a look at the stage, I'd like to thank Unlucky for having a team on Inc. and linking said team. So now we can see that Yoshel plays Chargers, Jet, and Explo, and I think we'll see a fair combination of all of those. And then we've got Dengo on also Chargers and then Bamboo instead, and then as well as H3 and Squeezer. LLZ is simply a not main, as one does. And then we have Baru on various kind of meta painty weapons, K-Shot, K-Gal, Mini. And then Modupe, the last member of the team listed on Sendu, is just a Kirby profile pick, which I love. But they did not put their weapons, unfortunately. It's
Kirby! Kirby's coming to Splatoon 2, everybody!
Oh no, they did put builds for a Zap and a Junior though, so I think we know who their support armor player is now.
Yeah, don't know if we'll see the Explo come out just because we don't have zones in this set particularly, but we could definitely, they'll probably pull it out at some point later during this tournament. Yeah, Tower Control Monta, I wouldn't be surprised to see those Chargers come out either, and of course the Knot's going to be pretty useful here.
I'm expecting race spam just because how narrow the map is. It's obnoxious. I know you're laughing because you're a C-Jet main, but
you don't have to expose me like this. Well, I guess we already talk about it a lot, but it's still pretty funny. I mean, yeah, race spam is definitely a fair way to go on this map. Charge is also a fair way to go. Just really depends on what you enjoy doing. Me, I like the C-Jet way, but that's just my opinion.
Also, we got a big man enjoyer in chat already, yelling, "Big man for multiverses." Which,
that is a fair opinion, and I completely support you on that.
Yes. There's going to be a lot of discussion of big men today anytime we need to fill time, just because big man.
I personally, myself, am also a big man enjoyer. What about you?
I'm a big man enjoyer. I mean, I'm kind of a shiver enjoyer, but big man, just big man. That's all I have to say. And anyway, here's the match while we're busy talking about big man.
I think big man is a perfectly valid subject of discussion.
Yes, and well, like, big man is great. We can't actually see the match on our end right now.
I can't see anything. Yes. I've been blinded. I've been afflicted with the blinded condition.
You were blinded by big man. Okay, there we go.
Now yes, I can see.
It seems big man has blessed us with being able to see, and we've got a machine holding forward, as one does with machine, and those are some comps. As we got I think is that a Grim Range and a 96 Gal? That's a kind of unorthodox, especially because they're only gonna have one lethal from the Junior, well maybe two depending on how they're running the Junior, but a lot of really annoying chip damage, and if the 96 has good angles, that's gonna combo really nicely off the blaster, and just people are gonna stand somewhere for a little too long and die. Get poked by one, they get poked by the other, and then we've got a bit more meta unlucky.
That mid-range combination is going to be super duper annoying if they play out the angles right, yeah. And we have the Fire Fit as well, going to bring out the Suction Bomb Rush right now, get a lot of this mid-area back. You can see it's working pretty well right now. C-Jet does have that Stingray, gonna pop right onto the Charger. Oh, and the Squeezer goes down just as they're doing that as well. Nice assist from that Charger there, so that's 2 down on the side of Unlucky. That means Orange is gonna be able to take the tower, be able to push it forward a little bit, just to that first checkpoint, but since the other members are back, they're gonna have to work a little bit harder on this. They have the range goes down, but they're still moving forward. They did get that armor, so that was super nice. Charger does get bopped off the tower, and I think they're just going to sit back a little bit right now.
good play there with Badupe bombing out the charger and letting Yoshel keep standing there and just taking shots at tower, but now Bishop's gonna walk up, and once the blaster's right there and you're playing Jet, your kill time is just slow enough. The blaster is going to murder you before you can take them out. That's going to be the lead for guys this ornge. And now they're looking to break the second checkpoint. The Ray's gonna be out, but the armor's out as well, and they're gonna have another one in a reasonable amount of time coming up from the junior. And looking at the splashdown cancel as well. Woomph is gonna get picked off by some fall off, it looks like, or the squeezer. But
we
guys,
did
this
see those
other armor has come out, and now we're gonna have.
Ooh, nice snipe. We did see those bubbles come out during that push as well. Was pretty useful. Nice, ooh, nice second snipe right there. This charger having a pretty good day right now. They have another one of those suction bomb rushes. Looks like they're just going to chill out here a little bit. They might be forced to move just a little bit back off this bunker. But this tower is, I mean, it went back a little bit to mid. But guys, this orange has just picked it up and moved it right back into elbow, into street back here. Really, really nice place for it to be in as it's past that second checkpoint, so they don't have to worry about that. They're still getting the picks as well. That Jet is down, meaning no more protective ray. Junior is down, does mean no more armor. And oh, that jump is just not quite fast enough, so that's a 2-down situation right there. The tower is going to be back to a neutral state. And this range is holding out. They took somebody out with them too. That's pretty impressive.
It's gonna be a really important trade actually, because now guys, this Ornge is just gonna be able to walk back into their opponent's side of the map with Bishop causing so much of a distraction, and the charger is gonna be able to get set up on top here, throw a few bombs at the wall. They can't quite step up to that perch, which maybe you'd want to get a few more bombs better places, but they knew they would be too exposed. Now the Ray's gonna come out right at the charger, as one does when one has any special in this backline, and a nice shot coming through. Charger able to stand up there because of that armor, and Squeezer's gonna try to walk up. There's gonna be a couple going down on this guys, this Ornge, and Unlucky is going to be able to reclaim some space, but a nice sprinkler there coming out as a makeshift shield.
Yeah, I mean, you sure can do that. And you can do that with beacons too. Just put them up, hope it takes a couple of shots instead of you. I'd like to point out how well these armors are timed as well from Ornge. I mean, every time the Sea Jets just pulled out Stingray, tried to get something done with it, the armors come out and pretty much just nullify the Stingray, which, I mean, we all know that's why you try and run Object Shredder on your Rays, but even then, it's still pretty difficult. I mean, we saw the last Ray, the Charger was right about to die, but that armor pretty much saved their life. Nice pick from the Squeezer. They're going to bring out the bubbles. Take a little bit more control in mid. Don't even know if those were really needed since we already had 2 down on Ornge, but Unlucky's going to use this opportunity, step up, take mid, take the tower. They have about 30 seconds left and they have quite a ways to go. They have to get through that second checkpoint as well, so we'll see how they manage this.
Yeah. We're going to have a Blaster and Jet action again once the Blaster's in range. They got the initial burst bomb, they had the initial damage there. Now they're going to pick another one with that angle. And Bishop has just been going crazy this whole game, leading the pack with 10k, tied only with their junior player, though I'd assume the junior has a few more assists relative to.
You don't have to shade the junior like that, come on.
Well, yeah, but I gotta give credit to the Blaster too, so. That's going to be the game for guys this Ornge, showing the power of Ornge.
Yeah, we don't have Orange ink in regular battles, do we? It's only Splatfest, isn't it?
We do? I don't remember actually. Is yellow orange?
Going to Inkopedia to look up the ink combinations.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's the first game. I mean, we saw a little bit of that take back from Unlucky close to the end of the match there, but with the picks from that Blaster, I mean, like you said, give credit where credit's due. That was the 3 down, pretty much sealed the deal at the end of that match.
So now we're going to heading over to Rainmaker Ancho, which the fans are going to be really important here. Both teams are going to be wanting to make sure they can control both their own fan on defense and being able to get up the fan on offense, especially if you have maybe an Inkjet player to get up all the way onto those high areas. But I think Unlucky is going to need to be able to deal with Bishop. That's been their biggest issue. Secondarily, the double armor, just because Bishop as well as the Charger player Kilo from guys this Ornge have been able to get so aggressive at range because they could just step out into places they'd normally be very exposed in and still be fine with the armor, but they've got to have a counter to the Blaster. I'm kind of wondering if they might switch off the machine, because that is, as you've pointed out many a time when we're playing together, long range Blasters and machine is just an awkward matchup.
Yeah, it's really painful. You're looking for the indirects, but just being outranged makes it so much more difficult. I mean, looking at the weapon pool for the machine, there's definitely other fair choices for them to go. Even just like they have stuff like your splatter shots. They have mini. They have K-Gal. So definitely a lot of options for this team as well. I do wonder if Yoshel's going to stick onto that C-Jet, just because. I don't know necessarily how effective that ray is going to be, especially like you pointed out with that armor. They might have a better time switching off to one of those chargers because you have a lot of vision. Just if you just look over the center here, you have a lot of control that you can put down. So it might be interesting to see if they decide to stick on that. Oh, okay. Okay,
Yosha
so
will in fact bring out the charger, which
that is, yeah, splatter scope.
good
And then we
guess.
do have the swap to a C-Jet on the side of guys this orange, so they've pretty much traded positions as well. We have the Zap coming out. We do have the K-Gal coming out as well instead of the machine, I believe. So pretty well-rounded team comps from both sides. You can see the classic K-shots coming out as well. And oh, Yoshel starting off the game with that nice snipe from the splatter scope already. You can see how this was a pretty cool pick for them to choose.
Yeah, and K-Gal already getting a pick. Another one coming out from Yosha. Okay, 3 in a row. I think one of those with the assist that the K-Gal picked up, and they're looking to win the Ray duel. I don't know if they won't quite get the damage, but that charger is going to be out of the game for a few seconds, healing up, and already getting pressure back by a Booyah Bomb as well. This is going to be a pretty strong push for Unlucky if they can just pick off one more member. They will get the C-Jet down. It's going to be important. Missiles coming out from Bishop. Won't get them too far, and then Bishop's going to be forced to drop. They will pick off the Rainmaker at 48, which is going to be important, but they'll get cleaned up, and this is just let Unlucky get another push. They will pick another member off. They're going to almost out of the missiles. Perfect timing there, and they will only get to 44 because they couldn't quite clean up that. That was either the Jet or the Junior, and now Dengo's going to keep trying to fight this, and yeah, and they fought another one. That's like 4 or 5 in a row, I think, right there. I lost count, actually, how many they were getting.
I mean, that's really good. Staying alive, being there to keep the shield orange. There is orange ink. I don't know how I forgot that, but there is orange ink, and keeping the shield there, letting their teammates jump to them, just keeping a presence is what is so important, because if you let all of your teammates die to a push, you immediately just open up the rest of mid wide open for the other team. So then being able to stay alive is crucial in this situation. Now you can see K-Gal waiting for a drop here, Hunter waiting for their prey. They're gonna get revealed just a little bit too early though, unfortunately. Has to jump back, does have the wall for protection though, so they do make it out alive, and of course they're immediately gonna get right back into that action.
Yeah, great burst bomb play there to check that corner, and also I'd like to comment on the K-Gal that I think it is a good adjustment for Machine, especially because if you're worried about something like a blaster, having a wall there is going to help so much, and especially because there's the Junior bombs and then the K-shot that can help break the walls, but the blaster and the C-Jet, who were probably the biggest problems for guys Unlucky last time, are going to have difficulty breaking that wall, breaking Booyahs, etc. Now, guys' Ornge is looking for a push. Bishop is just going to run forward, but it's going to be forced back by one, maybe 2 members coming in from Unlucky, as well as the Ray to pick them off. It looks like they isolated themselves a little too much right there, and now Unlucky is able to reset, popping some missiles and members in mid to scatter them and take some space, and now they've got the armor as well. Really good special coordination. Dingo looks like they teleported for a second there, but looking for Bishop. We'll find them. Oh no, Bishop's gonna get the trade at least, which is going to slow down Lucky's push, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough on its own for guys this Ornge. They did get some missiles out as well. They've got the armor. They're throwing all their specials on defense. Thankfully, they have weapons that will get them very quickly, so once they need to switch back to offense, they'll have their specials instead of having to worry about losing all their specials by using them now.
Ray's not quite gonna find the Rainmaker. CJ has to resort to using those burst bombs and range instead, and that Rainmaker is miraculously still alive. We're gonna see the Booyah Bomb come right in right there. Unfortunately, the Rainmaker does go down. You can see the K-Gal chilling out right there. Does make the option to jump out of that combat, which is a fair decision on their end. So Rainmaker does not get any more points, but still, really, really nice job of stalling that out and staying alive for the longest amount of time possible, because we only have a little bit over a minute left, and 44 isn't necessarily that much, but with the way this game has been playing out, it could definitely be a winning push right there. You can see the Junior also got snipes for no armor for a little while right now on the side of Guys This Orange. We have another one of those rays coming out. I don't know if it made just much of an effect, seeing how these members are already pretty spread out. We got a jump there. Unfortunately, jump does get camped, and so we have a 2v3 situation right now. Rainmaker does get picked up by Guys This Orange, but we immediately have the missiles coming out after them, and we'll have to see if this push holds up, if they're able to get it off this ledge here, because that ledge is what's going to get them the points that they need to hopefully edge a little bit more, hopefully get that lead. But that ray is going to come out and crush their dreams. 3 down now with 25 seconds left. This is going to be really difficult to come back from.
Yeah, and Guys Orange has been having a lot of trouble with Yoshel's Charger. Looking at that 15 KA, they're definitely going to want to be a bit more careful about where they're peeking. I know this is a very open map, so sometimes you just don't have an option but to take kind of a bad peek. But the fact that Yoshel's also just playing so aggressively means that they can take these angles that are going to let them get a lot of vision on the members of Guys This Orange, and Guys This Orange probably wasn't expecting the sudden aggro chargers. They weren't really as careful as they had to be about getting peeked, or were getting in a fight with other players on Unlucky, and then Yoshel was just walking up and shooting them because they were too busy worrying about the fight in front of them.
Not every day you see a Charger with 16 KA. That is very impressive. Hats off to them. So with that, our set's going to be 1-1, and our deciding game will be Clam Blitz on Mako Mart. You know it. It's the... Well, not Clam. I would say Splat Zones on Mako. I was going to say it's the bread and butter of the Splatoon community. But Mako Mart itself is pretty much the map.
Yes, but as anyone will say, if you mention Mako being balanced, they'll just say Tri-Slosher. And
yeah, I don't know if it was balanced, so sue me. I just said it was known.
Yeah, I wasn't saying you said it was balanced. I was just saying that people tend to like saying that if they hear the word balanced from this map, they'll just say something about Tri-Slosher. Because, I mean, really every map can be balanced more or less, but there's always something that's going to be just a tad at least more powerful.
I do think the machine. Yeah, I do think the machine could have a little bit more fun here as opposed to the previous 2 maps that we saw. But again, with those picks of the Grim that's still here, I don't know if they'll be going back to that. That Charger did work out very, very well. I'm interested to see if that comes back here, especially because Joshua has already demonstrated that they have really good movement. Like you said, they're able to play really aggressively. So I'm not as worried as I would be about the Charger being a little bit slower than its other teammates in a mode where you can shift positions. You have to shift positions as quickly as Clam Blitz.
I think we're gonna get the K-Gal mostly because you mentioned the Blaster, but also K-Gal is just, you can't go back once you started playing K-Gal. They're just getting a little addicted to the K-Gal and the easy 2-shot kills, and
I want to make like a
on this map.
Yeah, I want to make like a once you go K-Gal, you can't go back, but I can't like think of anything that rhymes with K-Gal. Ooh, we got a Blaster switch.
Yeah, Yosho switching to the Blaster. Both sides are gonna be running double armor now. I like that pick. The double armor is going to be useful, especially in Clam Blitz. You just want to kind of hold forward. You're not really burned down by the charger, and it's going to counter the Grim range like we saw here because the Rapid Pro Deco is going to outrange the Grim range, even though it's called a Range Blaster for whatever. I still don't understand that naming, like Range Blaster, but it's actually outranged by like 4 blasters. Look,
if you can't beat him, join him. Play the Blaster, and it worked out. So Bishop still though gonna get the revenge pick on Yoshua right there before immediately getting taken by the Squeezer. I really want to see these bubble plays from the Squeezer. We saw him before, hope to see him again because the Squeezer is really cool on this map. Close to making a power. They are gonna get that in. They do get picked off, I believe, by the Charger though. We have 1 Clam going in, take that down to 77, a few, 1 more, 2 more, don't know how many more they're going to be able to get in. Oh, the bomb pick when you get stuck on a little bit of ink, that is unfortunate. So we have the basket closing at 71, at least to get a couple of points on the board, not bad for a fast opening push.
Yeah, but looking at the KA difference, you would expect that to be a much bigger push, but I think the bomb rush and just the shots from the Charger were enough to stall out the push, coupled with the paint that Guys This Orange got down and Bishop's flanking. But no, Unlucky's going to show that they still have this game under their control. They're going to dunk another Power Clam, and this time they're a bit more set up. They've got specials coming online, and they're not going to be forced to rush the basket and still have their special and lose it when they rush the basket, they're going to be able to take a step back, pop the special, and then move up. And now they're down to 23, which is a really good push for only 2 minutes in. And Dango is looking to make this help make this a quick KO by picking off members, keeping the Charger busy, trying to take shots at another one, won't quite let it, but no, the clams are going to go in anyway, and that's going to be a very quick game for Unlucky. I think that was Unlucky? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Nice. That was what you want to do right there. Have members stay alive. That Squeezer, like you said, playing the role of distraction, just putting down paint, putting down shots, those bubbles very nicely placed to the side as well. Just displacing the members, not letting the Charger get set up, not letting anybody get set up at all, and just letting everybody else run around, get their picks, put their clams in. Ending off this set, tying it up very nicely, 2-1.
With that, we will be back very soon with round 2. Stay tuned.
Hello everybody, welcome back to SAC. We are here with Season 5, Tournament 4, Round 2 of the Swiss stage, seeing Bad Luck Trout versus Sonaria. I don't think I pronounced that right, but that's okay. If you're just joining us, I'm Kater, and I'm here joined today by Quark.
Yes, and it's two actual teams that have been around for a while.
Wow.
In a tournament? In my mid-level? We can't have this. What's going on?
Two established teams in my tournament, more likely than you think, apparently.
So the rumor mill says, aka the IPL staff server, that Brush is probably just here? Or Bad Luck Trout is probably just here because Brush has to de-rust for Shine. I have no idea how true that is, but...
That's okay, we love Bad Luck Trout anyways.
Yes. And, looking at these members, these teams, I recognize all of them. I don't know... I know some of them. I don't know what most of them play. I know Snack is a Tri-Nouveau Warlord, which is scary.
We'll be seeing that.
Unless someone on their team forces them to play V-Try.
Just hold them at gunpoint, force them to play V-Try. You get splatted in real life.
Yes, and we're going to be starting on Wahoo World, which is everyone's favorite.
Oh my god, guys, it's
You can't
Wahoo
flank your
zones.
map unless you want to get really obviously called out.
Ooh.
Oh, and
So
we're
we're
going. I totally didn't look away for a
We got
second.
the Hydra, we got the leader, so that Hydra is gonna have to watch their back for that. We have the C Doolies on one side, V Doolies on another, Junior on both teams. Of course, we've got that Tri-Nouveau coming out, and the K-Gal, because this wouldn't be Splatoon 2 without that K-Gal. Sonaria very quickly gonna take that zone. No picks yet. There goes the Junior on Bad Luck Trout. I spoke too soon. We've got the missiles coming out, and the Tri's got that rain going as well, so this zone is nowhere near safe. And of course, that control is going to flip to Bad Luck Trout, go back to neutral. We're going to be seeing a lot of that in the very early stages of this game. We have a Storm and a Booyah coming out from Sonaria. That's going to take that zone. And now they are going to go forward, get that pick on the Junior again. And the Doolies do have those missiles. They're probably going to hold on to them for a little bit longer. Texture there on the Charger, looking for a pick, maybe two, but that wall is going to be really annoying there.
Yeah, it's the one sight land they have, and it's got a wall in the middle of it, but both Rains are going to come on from opposite sides. Snack's going to look for something, won't quite find it there, but will find a pick, I think, off the Rain. Nice job there. Now the Rains are going to cross over the zone. It's going to very easily flip in Bad Luck Trout. Great Rain placement right there. Snack trying to bomb out Cloud. Strinford's going to force to back up, and no free new angle is going to try to make it a dually fight, but the Tri-Slasher's going to walk up, the Charger's going to shoot at them, and they're just going to back up. Looks like they armored. I guess they're going to go with Armor Rain. They've got the Booyah. Very quickly indeed, and I think the KLs went down like maybe 15 seconds ago, but Bad Luck Trout has got a really nice hold here, unless the Hydra can find something here, and Snack is going to go down, but I don't think it's going to be enough on its own. Brush is going to get trapped and is going to go down to the Kigal, who's going to go down in turn. Now it's a 2v3 situation. In the end, the fight did work out for Sonaria, but Bad Luck Trout is still very much in this. They got one Rain online, another one coming, missiles as well. They're going to be able to go in with all specials here very soon. Well, I guess Texture went down, so not anymore. But.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but the double rain could get really, really interesting there. We have the armor, the rain's going to come out as well, and we'll see those missiles in a little while, so those could get important. The Hydra's doing their best here, but I think that's the Junior. Yeah, that is the Junior running them down, so they are forced to back up just a little bit. This zone is in control of Sonaria right now and is taking down very quickly. K-Gal goes down, Junior on the side of Bad Luck Trout goes down as well. Snack's looking for an opening, but that rain, it's just going to be so annoying, eventually having to go through that. We have both rains are going to come out at the same time there. We're getting into the single digits, so it is now or never. 2 go down, though. 3 go down. It is only the leader left. And unfortunately, paint is not the leader's strong suit, so that is the game.
I guess, well, paint per leader is better than other chargers. It's just still, when you've got a whole team, you aren't not painting that with anything. So, but yeah, I think Bad Luck Trout just kind of, especially when you saw them have 3 specials line, then Texture went down, they still went in, and they got a little too aggressive a little too early, especially when you don't have your charger and you're up against the Hydra. You can't really do anything with the Hydra, as we saw when multiple times Snack would try to get aggressive and just find themselves at the wrong end of the Hydra.
Yeah, unfortunately, just with the amount of control it has, just like a Charger, you got to be really careful of the sightlines that you afford to that Hydra. All right, next game we'll be seeing tower control on the reef. So this one, another one where, you know, you'll say balance and somebody will go, actually, I don't necessarily, like, I mean, I don't know what weapon people yell about on this one. I just know that, like, it's one of those that people say, like, oh, it's balanced or whatever, but balanced. Don't know if we're seeing that Hydra again. Splitwings can get really interesting on tower control, but it's not necessarily one of those where you immediately see it and you go, oh, Hydra! So, and I do not expect to see the Chargers go anywhere either.
I think we'll, yeah, probably see the Charger, and from what I've seen of Sonaria a few times, they tend to almost always run the Hydra, if I recall correctly. We might see it gone for Black Belly Rainmaker, but Tower Control Reef, especially with how well it's been worked in the last game, this is a pretty open map as well, I would keep the Hydra. I don't really expect either team to switch their comps up, me, Narco switching off to have a bit more bomb pressure, but...
Yeah, I think as long as the Hydra watches their back, they can definitely be successful here. There's a lot more ways to reach the places that the Hydra would set up here, but it can definitely work.
Actually, now I'm thinking it, a texture switching up, sticking a leader, I kind of want to see the custom later. Because double rain, especially if Snack is going to stay on the Tri Nouveau, wouldn't be great, but if you got the bubbles there to force some of these checkpoints, that could be amazing, and I'm crossing my fingers as we load in. We'll see Strinfort switching over to Hero Dualies, and Textures opted for the Splatling instead, which makes a bit more sense, I think, because you wouldn't really want double rain. I've got the Booyah to get some stops, and Narco switching over to K-Shot as well for some more bombs. Hero Dualies is an interesting pick here, but I can see why.
Remix also makes a great Tower Rider just because it's one of those weapons that generally it would just be, you know, looking behind a pole or something and peeking out and charging and staying in that place. So why not just put it on the thing that you want to move? So that's definitely a fair pick there. We've ooh, 3 down very early on Bad Luck Trout. That Junior being the only one left alive, so Sonaria is quickly going to take that tower. And we got all the jumps coming onto the tower as well. That Hydra is going to chill on the tower. You can see just how much range they have, how much control they have from that tower even as it moves around. Meanwhile, members of Bad Luck Trout are setting up to go in that defense. We have the armor coming out, the rain, we have the Booyah. Everything's going out here, driving all those members off of the tower, getting 2 as well. That Hydra jumps out. The Hero Dualies are still somewhere running around. There they are. Hello, Stridford. And so the push does... That is, it sure is the point sensor. Another funny aspect of the remixes kit there, and still a very useful one, honestly. Especially if you have other lethals, and you don't have to worry about that. So Bad Luck Trout's gonna take that tower and bring out the Booyah Bomb as well as the Ink Storm to get themselves coverage ahead of the tower. Both Booyahs gonna go out. At the same time, their tower does reset back to mid. We have armor going out as well, and generally we're seeing just a lot of fights around this map. We'll just have to see who wins the majority of them.
Yeah, we saw Strimfort win 1, but now Cloud's stuck fighting Narco, and doesn't look like we have a clear winner here yet, especially with Snack coming in and finally changing the 1v1 into a 2v1, which is going to be really important for Bad Luck Trout to clean this up, because they got thrown off so much by Strimfort, rather, going at the remix and picking them off, but now Bad Luck Trout's got the advantage here. They have armor and missiles coming out against them from Sonaria, but they've got the rain out to counter the armor, and Snack's under this wall. The remix is going to go down, but I don't know if that's going to stop the push just yet, especially with a really powerful position. Snack's in. Gonna get 1, looking for stealth as well. I don't know if they'll quite find them, but stealth's weak, and if Snack can clean this up, that's going to be huge. I don't know if they're going to go down, but yes, they will go down. Now, Strinfort and the Hydra are stuck trying to clean another one up. They will manage to find Narco, but this could be the lead with 2 down Sonaria and 3 up on Bad Luck Trout. If they can just get through this, their tower is getting rushed, but I think they can just about make it, especially with the Booyah Bomb online, the Rain's online. They will lose 2 though, and they just can't quite get through the fact that I'm kind of surprised that worked. I just don't know if the right members were there, because Sonaria just held forward the tower right there. So I think it was because Brush was on tower, and then if you've got a junior and your range is so small, it's going to be for the zap and the Hero Duelist to just walk up on you. But now Bad Luck Trout's going to jump out again and pick off another member Sonaria and try to pick up where they left off.
Yeah, Sonaria is doing their best right now, only behind by 2 points, and they have the 3 down, so they can definitely take this place as that Remix has the Booyah at the ready, probably going to hold on to it a little bit longer, try and wait for those teammates to come out. Stealth already on the, being pretty super aggressive here.
Wait.
What? You didn't notice they did take the lead.
I looked away for a second, like I saw someone pop up on my computer, and I did the bad commentator thing and looked away.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Can't blink or you'll miss it, but we do have that lead going back to Sonaria there. They have passed that checkpoint, which is very, very nice on their end, taking it all the way to 35. So it is now up to Bad Luck Trout to do the same. Sonaria's just taken that bar, raised it a little bit higher, and said, bet you can't do this. And so now we'll have to see if they're able to. They do have that armor on the way from the Hydra as well. Oh, the dualies going down. They do take the remix with them, which is an interesting trade. But Sonaria is just, they keep going at that tower. They're almost to that third checkpoint right now. We have the armor coming out from the Hydra despite the rain coming out on the side of Bad Luck Trout. Less than a minute left here, and that tower still all the way over on that side and gaining points. There's just so much distance for Bad Luck Trout to cover, even if they are able to take the tower back right here. Cloud does go down on the zap, 2 down now, the dualies are down as well, but that shot is down. We got the armor coming out, we have the Booyah as well. The Hydra does go down, that is pretty important. Good job, good pick from Snek there, but they are running out of time.
I mean, I guess you do need some seasoning on your sandwiches. Time, that is. Okay, I've been like on a pun deficit this commentary block because I've only made, I don't think I've made any puns on the stream until now, which just isn't okay, and that's a triple, okay. I mean, I guess delayed one, but this is looking like they get to bring this game back and tie it at 1. They've still got specials in line, they gotta pop the armor now and just run at Sonaria. They can camp these ledges. They've got the Booyah Bomb on the line, saving it for that last second. The Booyah Bomb's coming out, Texture's gonna throw it into the entire team. Then Sonaria's gonna rush the tower, but they're not quick enough, and that's gonna be the lead for Bad Luck Trout!
The power of the puns. They pulled through on that ending. I mean, I said it was difficult for them to come back. They were like, we can, and they did. That was pretty much textbook, exactly what you don't want to do. Pop the specials at just the right times and predict when people are going to be rushing that tower at the very end of the game and trap them out on it. Very, very, very nice.
It looks like they saw that they were losing, and they were like, let us do something about that.
I think that is the correct response to losing, yeah.
Well, I had to make a lettuce pun, right? Or is that just a little cheesy?
Oh, I didn't... Oh, I'm not going to do anything because that was pretty good. God dang.
More puns, you say? Anyway, well,
no, this is not an invitation.
I'd like to shout out a couple players here. Snek, because we saw all that on stream, but also Drinfert for just being so disruptive with the hero duelists. They seem... It's a bit of an unorthodox weapon, they seem very comfortable with it, and they were able to just kind of run it a lot of times and use their little extra bit of maneuverability to cause so much chaos in Bad Luck Trout's ranks.
Yeah, those dodge rolls get really important when you're playing a skirmisher role like that, and they played it very, very well. Alright, finally, we're going to be closing this set off 1-1 again on Black Belly Skate Park with Rainmaker. So, the funny map mode combo. Everybody loves this one.
Yeah, I'm wondering what texture is going to bring out. If we might see the CJet, the
Can't wait to see the try.
Maybe, but we might see a vanilla heavy spotling out of texture if they want the Ray and don't play CJet. I'm expecting the Hydra not to come out, though. I think it is very possible Sonaria. Well, because it's Rainmaker and Hydra's just slow. But since they seem so comfortable,
oh dang!
I
was trying to make a Nautilus. I was trying to make a Nautilus pun, but I forgot to like add additional words to it.
Oh. I could have tried harder to catch that one, right?
God dang it!
Yes. If we do see a knot, I will not be surprised.
Well,
okay,
alright.
There's the Hydra, but a T-Tech instead double shot coming out.
Ooh, Sploosh 7! I love Sploosh 7!
Yeah, why is it every backline player in existence?
Because it's funny! Because it's funny, and it's Rainmaker, and it's hilarious! And that's why every it's like, in order to be a backliner, you gotta pick up the Sploosh 7. It's a rite of passage.
You play Sploosh, though?
Shh. Nobody I don't. I'm not a true backliner, don't tell anybody!
Oh no! But yes,
no, I'm exposed on stream.
Sonaria's got 2 down. On to Bad Luck Trout, that Sploosh got a little too aggressive right there, and now approaching 63, which isn't much. The bombs are coming out for Bad Luck Trout to try to delay as well as the missiles. Cloud's gonna be in a lot of trouble here. Really well placed splat bomb right there from SN parentheses BLT Ek, aka Snake. Yeah. Snack. But
I sure do love some VLT Ek. It's my favorite player.
God.
Alright, we got the pick of the Rainmaker. Unfortunately, they're just going to be found out by Cloud almost immediately. That Rainmaker's going to stay over on that side of the map. We have the specials getting built up very quickly here, almost to another missiles. Right now, that's going to be pretty nice. You'll see them just all get fired off. There's missiles from the other side of the map as well, from those, not custom, vanilla dually sculptures. And, ooh, the
snack.
Don't know if that was a double there, but I think it was, yeah?
You get shoved in a corner with a bomb and a tri-slosher. What happens? You die.
Yeah, stuck between
That's all that happens, and they're going to look for the lead here. This is going to get the Hydra and wait out the Booyah Bomb. Really good patience there from Narco, just kind of waiting. Textures, but they might have waited a little too long, because now they're going to get picked off. They had to get more than just the Hydra there. They're still going to make things a lot closer, but Bad Luck Trout still has quite a ways to go. Once that Hydra gets set up again, it's going to feel like instead of having to go 4 points, they've got to go 400. Well, I guess you can't go 400 to get my point.
Yeah, and I mean, I think as soon as I saw that wall from Stealth, I was like, that path has been completely cut off. It's just really, really unfortunate. We're just going to see that Rainmaker reset. 4v4, just like the beginning of that game. Texture here, bringing out the Ultra Stamp. I don't know where this stamp is going, but it certainly is. Hurling that at the Hydra. Unfortunately not going to connect with the target this time around. I don't know, were they trying to go up the wall to hit the Rainmaker with it? I couldn't really tell.
I think they thought the Rainmaker was going to pop a little faster than it did, and then they were going to be able to combo off the Rainmaker shield pop.
Fair, honestly. Oh, straight for
missiles.
Chased from missiles into missiles. I mean, you know, sometimes you get stuck between a bomb and a hard place, unfortunately, and that seems to be what's going on a lot with so much chip damage from subs and specials. Ooh, we got kill for kill there. Snack being able to clean that up with the tri-slosher, and getting cleaned up themselves by the T-Tech. So people are going down left and right, and I'm surprised that Sploosh hasn't found more picks. It makes me a little bit surprised.
It looks like the health department has come to shut down Bad Luck Trout's sandwich shop. The amount of time you've cleaned up.
Bad Luck. Oh no!
Nice bomb.
Bad Luck Trout opening a sandwich shop sounds like the most cursed thing ever, and I'm here for it.
It sounds great. We gotta. Maybe they can do a collab with the Wiggly Phantoms for like the.
Unlike the collabs they've already done before.
The Taco Bell sandwich shop.
Yeah, I forgot about that. We did see. I do want to point out we did see Bad Luck Trout take the lead while we talked about that. But yeah, it's like the $5 Wiggly Cravings box. That was such a good post from Jub. I love Jub so much.
Yes, I don't even... Jub's posted so many good things I can't even keep track of all of them. And that's what we tuned out on Bad Luck Trout. Really nice pick there, getting with Tri-Slosher down, which has been the biggest headache for them. Now they're just going to run forward and hopefully get the lead. They will, yes. They'll get the jump, and that will get them all the way to 27. And now Bad Luck Trout has a long way to go, and Narco's almost going to die to a Booyah Bomb. Just going to force them to be out of position instead because of those dodge rolls. It's going to look for a pick here, but kill time. The T-Tech is just going to kill so much faster, and they couldn't get the roll. They couldn't roll around enough to survive, and now the Rain's going to come out as a desperate play from Bad Luck Trout to just get back control of their own part of the map.
Yeah, it's working though. Snack is able to get one before they do get taken out by this K-Shot that's down here doing their best. I think they're gonna eventually get chased out there, but still pretty good. And the Rainmaker's gonna reset with only 16 seconds left, and of course Cloud is already here to get damage onto that shield. The Hydra down here putting down those mines. Till the very end of that game, we have the Booyah Bomb coming into mid. Just everything's getting thrown out to stop Bad Luck Trout from getting to that Rainmaker, and it works.
Yeah, Hydra took a really nice angle at the end. They didn't even really need it, but it would have been... If they had like a second more of just firing the Hydra, they could have done a lot of damage there because of the amount of open space and the angle they had just peeking around that right side of that wall.
Yeah, and so that will do it. Oh, we have another nice set. I'm gonna end in favor of Sonaria there, but still, I mean, it was not. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. It was a really good set though, and of course we saw that really nice comeback from Bad Luck Trout in the second match there.
Yes, and with that, we are going to bid the Bad Luck Trout sandwich shop goodbye, and please stay tuned for round 3.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to SAC Season 5, Tournament 4. We're right back at you guys with Round 3 of the Swiss section of this tournament. We're going to be seeing Cold Coral versus Yoru. And if you are just joining us, I'm Cater, and I'm joined here today by Quark.
Yes, and I don't know too much about these teams. The only thing I knew is that Astra of Cold Coral plays E-Leader, and quite well, having played with them a little bit in League and the like, so... excited to see that. I don't know what anyone else plays, but I wouldn't be surprised to see the meta, obviously. Maybe someone's gonna do something interesting, but...
Ooh, Cold Coral has a Sendu, and it's filled out! Oh my god!
Wow, look at me! Here I am, a TO who complains about people not reading, and I just didn't read. Would you look at that?
Your competitive player is showing. You might want to put that away.
Oh god, I'm becoming a player. Wait, I'm actually might be playing the game again. I have to forget how to read. Oh no.
You have plans to play the game. you have to forget. It's okay. But yeah, so we've got a bunch of different things in Cold Coral. Looks like we have some members that play your short range shooters, your sloshers. We got a couple tri players. We have like you said, Astra on those chargers, also with the remix. We got amino acids on those rollers. We have somebody who has Aerospray PG listed on their weapons. Are you okay?
They're more than okay. You can never go wrong with playing Aerospray and just painting and annoying people.
Fair. All right, we'll be starting off Clam Blitz Piranha Pit. So bring out your bamboozlers if you have them, because, oh boy. Yeah, I would not be surprised to see Astra pull out the charger, maybe even the bamboo. I don't know what they're super comfortable with on this map.
I think in general they play E-Leader, though I wouldn't be surprised to see a flex, but E-Leader
honestly
is the,
fair, but like,
big scary gun, so why not?
Bamboo's just really funny on this map, too. Like, it's actually hilarious.
We have Salt on the bamboo instead.
That's true,
this team is... We didn't see Astra, and it looks like they're going to probably be doing a bit of subbing, which is always nice to see. An established team, a lot of people having their subs planned out, and...
as long as they're fast with
bamboo.
it. As long as they're fast with the subbing and don't hold the turn. Sorry, that's my salty teams.
Your TO is showing, okay, you gotta put your commentator hat on again.
Oh, no,
ooh, nice shot.
Oh, nice shot indeed. And we got, a lot of people are going down very quickly here. I'd like to know, both sides have that K-shot, both sides have that squeezer as well. So we have other than that, we've got the differences lying in the C-Jet, the splash there, the gal, the bamboo. So those are going to make the team comps play very differently. Let's see here. We've got, I think that's Cold Coral right now with the Power Clam. And unfortunately, Amina's also the last one alive, so they're gonna have to back up real far. Looks like they're tossing the clam up there to a teammate. Whoa, I haven't seen that before. That's pretty nice. And they're gonna manage to stay alive. All of those missiles gonna come out. They still have that clam, which is real nice. They just have to get a couple picks here, break out of this slightly sticky situation.
We got like 3 mid to long range weapons on Cold Coral that are gonna be able to do a lot of damage in each shot, which is gonna make it, combined with the bombs, very dangerous for Yoru to kind of try to end up staying in place for any given amount of time, but also it's going to be really annoying for Yoru because they have no armor. So I bet the bamboo player on Cold Coral was very happy to see that there wasn't any armor on Yoru, because now it's going to be a lot easier for them to get kills without having to worry about another tap to get through the armor.
No armor, point, and laugh. But anyways, we still haven't had any power clams go in yet. Both of these teams pretty even on this map right now. They're just kind of going at each other, trying to find those picks, but not quite getting enough to have a big push. Although there is the 3 down. Squeezer being the only one left is going to be really, really important here. But those bubbles, we got the bubbles to counter the bubbles, and it looks like it worked. That power clam is gonna go in, and we have, I think that was a second one going in as well, even though there's 2 down. Going down to 60 remaining is pretty good considering how we've seen this match play out so far. That squeezer does go down there too, so the Barriga does go back up at 60 remaining. That is a pretty nice spot to be in, though.
That was a long time for just the first push to happen. Now Cold Coral is getting paint back on the map. They're taking control again after going down, but not getting completely wiped and losing all map control when they did go down, and now Yoru's getting pressured back a bit. They've got the ray and the missiles. Or not the missiles, they just have the ray. They're gonna pop it, but immediately missiles are gonna come out, armor's gonna come out. I'm not too sure what they're trying to get with the ray, because they're not really able to move up with it. Really nice use of Cold Coral specials in counter to that Ray to not let Yoru be able to move up to with it at all, and now Cold Coral is going to be looking at that all the way to 27 as I blink and look at the scoreboard, and now it don't look like they get too much further from the pressure that Yoru has been putting on, but 27 is really solid considering how much of this game has just been stalling in mid.
I made the mistake. I looked away, and when I looked back, they were at 27, and I didn't see anything about how they did it, but my karma, I guess. But still, like you said, great, solid place to be, and Yoru really gonna have to look for those openings now, especially because, I mean, they have yet another power clam to worry about right now. Amino Acids doing a great job of just keeping these online, keeping these alive. 2 of them are here now. There's the Ray, gonna be able to use those markers, try and find a target. I think it's just looking at the bubbles right now. Not quite gonna get anything, which is pretty unfortunate, so they're probably gonna go for another one pretty quickly here now. Salt there immediately with the Tenta missiles, very nice right there. And we still have both of those power clams online for them. Great pick, gonna get taken out themselves. That is 3 down on Cold Coral as well, so really, really hope that Yoru's gonna be able to take advantage of this, but they don't have the clams on them right now. I mean, we have the Squeezer gonna go take the rail, gonna go down here, but they only have 7 on them. I think they're just hoping for a lucky spawn over here. They're not gonna quite find it. Their teammate does go down as well. They have the bubbles. They're gonna resort to using those, and they do get the pick. They have to go up the conveyor here, but they just, even with that great placement, they haven't been able to get anything into the objective itself just because of how restricted they are.
Yeah, and they got their only other person with clams was caught in a fight with in mid, so they couldn't jump to the squeeze or anything. It looks like they tried to pass clams, but I think they ended up throwing them to Cold Coral by accident. Now with 20 seconds left, Yoru doesn't have really anything to work with. They've got specials, but they don't have clams, and they're losing 2 members. It's going to be almost certain a victory for Cold Coral here, unless there would have to be some really weird shenanigans, and yeah, that's going to be the game in the favor of Cold Coral. Though, now especially because Cold Coral is scoring, I guess Yoru did have that pity clam, but they're not even going to get that because of the bubbles.
As much as I love shenanigans, unfortunately, we're not going to see those there. Pretty much a really nice match on the side of Cold Coral. Great plays from them. And of course, the defense put up from Yoru, they did their best. Unfortunately, just not quite able to put together the push that they needed. But hopefully the next match they will, and you can see that that 96, putting in a lot of work there. Great job.
And missiles total. Welcome back to the meta, guys. We've got missiles, and can I interest you in even more missiles? And they're not going to win next game either.
Oh no, I don't want to fight missiles again. I played Splatoon 2 the other day, and it just reminded me of how much I despise missiles.
Backline, SMH.
I was playing a missile weapon, and I still didn't like missiles!
You're telling me you don't like when I just run 2 mains, 2 subs of special charge up on K-Shot, and that's just all I do in the match? Terrible.
Anyways, we'll be going to Splatoon on Inkling Art Academy for our second match of the set. So, pretty different from Clan Blitz Parada. Yeah. So this one is gonna play differently. Do wonder... I wouldn't expect the bamboo to come back, honestly. I would expect to see more of a Splatling or a Charger come out here as your anchor of choice.
You're going to be unfollowed you're going to be blocked on Twitter by bamboo propaganda now. How could you?
I don't want to be blocked on Twitter by that. I like that account. Please, I love bamboo, just maybe not here. Bamboo propaganda, if you're watching this, I am a big fan.
Yes, we stand the bamboo, but we also stand longer range chargers, especially on this map because just Elator is really nice here.
I thought you were going to say we also stand big man.
Well, we do stand big man too, but big man is like ascended above the discussion of chargers that we're having right now. We got the Explo coming out as well.
Explo! Yay! Yes. I love seeing
nice
Explo.
To see people
All right,
Explo.
So yeah, we have. Oh. It sure is. Alright, so we have that gal coming back. We have the double gal comp actually out of Cold Coral with the 96 as well as the 52. So that's going to be a lot of damage. You're going to have to watch out if you get hit even once. We have the Fire Fin for all of that area control, and we have the K-Shot on both sides actually.
I'm hoping to see the Splash and Expo sync up, because if you've got the Explode shots, and you have the burst bombs raining, it's going to be hard to stand anywhere on plat, just because the sheer amount of chip. And as we discussed that, we see that exact strategy coming into play with those two weapons to coordinate, at least a little bit, maybe not intentionally, maybe they are, in fact, already have discussed this. Like, oh, we gotta spam them with all the explosives we can, but now Cold Coral is gonna get the zone back, they're getting a couple picks, they're gonna get the second hold and likely take the lead here, unless Yoru can really run in with those bubbles, but I don't think they want to. They're gonna want to give up lead, even if it's just a few points, and then go in with a couple specials, not running in headlong too quickly. Okay, and I guess the other commentators out, so you're gonna hear me for a while.
Sorry.
Hi, back. It's nice to see you.
I'm back. Dang it, I walked right into that one. Yeah, my internet's being very choppy, no idea why, so if I disappear, that is why. It's okay, it's fine. But we have bubbles coming out here. I also missed the entire first part of that match, so that's, if anything important happened, that's okay. But we have nice snipes coming out there. Just, again, playing the scope on this. Once you get up here, you just have so much control, so many sight lines, and it basically just becomes, you know, king of the hill. But of course that Explo is gonna have things to say about that charger being up there, and they make themselves very much heard, at a cost, definitely. You can see the missiles going there, getting suction bombed, having to run away, and Amina getting the bombs thrown right back at them. 10 missiles of their own gonna let, I didn't see that either. Good. That is unfortunate. It's like, oh, here's a target over there, there's a target, oh god, there's one right next to me. And unfortunately, they weren't able to get away in time. So we just, of course, as one does on Inkblot, you have everybody running around the zone trying to get it painted. Nice pick there from the Splash, using the full range that they've got to their advantage. And now the Yoru's in a very nice position here.
The Expo direct right
the
there.
Zones. Yeah, I was gonna say Explo picks on that plat as well. Very, very valuable, and they've got the lead too. We have the armor coming in on Cold Coral, the Booyah Bomb as well, trying to get themselves in control of the zone, and they do. The Explo does go down, Charger goes down as well. I feel like these anchors just really have a vendetta against each other, and we got the K-Gal hiding out against the Squeezer here, doing their best. Wall does go down, unfortunately, though, and this Squeezer has bubbles. They're considering going in from the right. I can see the thought process. You're thinking about it. Are you gonna do it? They have the bubbles. We might see them. There we go. They do drop. They go for the pick. The missiles are out from both sides as well. Here are the bubbles on the zone. They do lose the lead, but they can hopefully get something back here. Not quite able to get the insta-pop. Does get the pick, though. That is super nice.
It was a bit awkward, but it looks like some of their teammates kept the two members that had to run out of the way of the bubbles on the side of Cold Coral for being able to just pick off the Squeezer, which is very lucky, because that push, if those two members of Cold Coral had taken slightly different positions and fired at the Squeezer, that could have very well been a KO for Cold Coral, with how Yoru just didn't really have the bubbles in the right place for a lot longer than maybe they wanted to keep the lead. But now Yoru is going to take the lead back very quickly. Shuds is going to have this Booyah Bomb coming out. Not sure if it'll be enough, especially with all the paint on zone. Shuds is going to get Yoru as well. Really important picks. They're going to be forcing the stall at 3, but they're going to go down to 2 members of Yoru, and now this Explo is still alive. They're popping the baller. They're going to have their main button, the snipe coming in, but it's just not going to be enough with the baller going off.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I think everybody just jumped on the K-Gal at the end there, and I think that is pretty much what did it, because you could see once the Booyah Bomb came out, once they got some more paint to the zone, it got neutralized, but unfortunately, once they went down, the Charger, although they did get the snipe, just, you know, not able to put enough paint along with the rest in comparison to everything else that was going on to the zone. Unfortunate, but still a very nice close game there. I mean, you could see lead was getting traded back and forth quite a lot. And for the 3rd time in a row today, we're going into our Game 3 with the set 1-1. Tower control on Starfish main stage.
Yes, and this is going to be probably not an Axolt map for Yoru. I would more expect to see a different backline. Maybe Remix is always kind of mentioned as a good weapon here, at least was. But, or they might just opt to go kind of 4-shooter, standard thing. Tower control and Expo is awkward in a map like this, where a Charger is going to have brutal sightlines, on the 1 or 2 places that the Expo could, in theory, stand. I'd, if anything, expect the Jet back now that I'm thinking on what they ran Game 1. Just because you can either spam missiles or spam Ray and keep your opponents off tower.
Yeah, like you mentioned, heavy splatling is definitely a fair, pretty good overall weapon to play here. I wouldn't necessarily expect it, seeing as we haven't seen it the past couple of games. Jet definitely a fair pick here as well, although you don't have as much of a a choking point. Pressure to put Ray on, it's still a pretty valuable tool in tower control just because of the ability to get people off of the tower. And like you said, you could always just drop the anchor and run your standard herder, four shooter, go fast comp.
Which is both literal and metaphoric, that you are like going back to something you're comfortable with, as in you are putting down anchor, and that you were literally getting rid of your anchor. Which very eloquent there.
Fast.
And it's nice fun.
Yeah, but I mean, it can definitely work here. There's a lot of angles to play off of. You, of course, you've got those attics as well that can be really funky if you get up there, if you don't get noticed. Also really fast to be able to flank on this map, of course, very quickly you get detected. It's because I mean, this is one of the maps where you see flanking splatlings, which is something you see almost nowhere else.
The most terrifying thing this has happened to us in League once or twice is when you've got a heavy flanking on one side and then like a not flanking on the other, and you're just pinched. Because there's a splatling in both angles and you can't reach them. But,
Point and laugh at the non-splatling players. All right, we are gonna.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna see the jet, Jet, come out from Yoru, and we have the squeezer from both sides. That's a V squeezer actually, so no bubbles here. Honestly, I don't remember the V squeezer kit at all.
Wall and Stingray, so we're gonna have some Ray battles here.
I like
They're gonna
that.
which is gonna go in the advantage of Cold Coral, because they're gonna have the armor and the Ray as opposed to just the Ray, so they're gonna like that, especially with the wall. They're gonna be able to hold off the squeezer bubbles. I think in the end, Cold Coral does have a bit of a comp advantage just because of the specials they're running in counter to Yoru's special, and they're gonna be looking for the first checkpoint here. Shuds is trying to take an angle here. He's gonna be pressured up by two of them, but missiles are gonna come in at a really good time for them to just look for that pick. Gonna get pressured up by another member of the squeezer, taking that height angle and keeping Shuds from just being able to run rampant in mid, and just gonna blow up instead. I think I saw a bomb go off, though they might have died to a sprinkler.
Yeah, no, I saw the sprinkler. I was really hoping for the sprinkler kill. That is a 3 down right there on Yoru, and this tower is progressing very quickly. Just see how, I mean, it just sprinted. That is some of the fastest I've ever seen towers go through checkpoint. This Ray here is kind of going all over the place because I think all of their targets are getting killed as soon as they log onto them. But the squeezer, I love. I mean, it's pretty much a pseudo anchor here, but it's just as fast as the rest of the weapons. That tower is barreling towards the. They hopped up!
What happened was it looks like they AFK'd, because they're like, yeah, we won this. Let me just take a drip pick with myself on tower, and then they got bopped, and like remembered to pick their controller back up.
Oh man, I mean they ended up getting the end, but that's just such a funny way to end off the set. Again, I mean, despite how quick that third game was, we saw great games from Cold Coral and Yoru throughout this set. Is that the end of our block?
I do believe that is the end for us, yes, in our 3 sets, so we'll be turning it over to the lovely X45 and German, but before that, where can people find you on the internet, Gator?
Dang it, you took my line.
Line verbatim, yes.
Yeah, that is exactly what I say. Well, the wonderful people in the audience can find me on the internet at Cater_, where I open art and custom plush commissions, and I tweet about the other things that I'm going to commentate. What about you?
Yes, you can find me at StrangeCorked. I don't do much other than retweet all the pretty art I see, but
it's good art.
It is good art, and with that, we are going to be taking a break, and hope you stay tuned for round 4.
Hello everyone, welcome back to SAC. We're in Twist Stage Round 4. My name is Manaphy, but I am formally named as German. I don't care if you call me Manaphy or German, whatever you prefer. Today I am joined here with 45, or you can call them Bowser, whatever you like. How are you doing?
Hello everyone. I'm good. I'm thrilled to commentate more Splatoon. I got my first taste last weekend commentating Splatoon, and I've been watching competitive for a while, but like this game is so exciting. Like I'm enthralled, and it's just so much fun to be here and see kind of where the metagame has ended and what we're going to be stepping into with Splatoon 3. So I'm pumped.
Absolutely. Everyone is really pumped for Splatoon 3 in the next 4 weeks, and now we're going to be jumping into Helix, which I'm going to literally just call them that, versus Axolt. Okay, correct me on those names, so I do apologize. And we're going to be seeing the first map, which is Rainmaker on Manta Maria. And this will be definitely an interesting one. I am really familiar with the members of Helix. Not too sure much of Axolt just yet, but I will definitely get to learn from them with you watching me, watching with them. Sorry, mix of words. Anyways, how do you feel with this matchup right here, 45? This is your first time, you said?
Yeah, so it's one of my second time commentating Splatoon officially, and I've done a lot of research. I've only ever seen tower control on Manta Maria. I have no idea how Rainmaker plays here, and I can only imagine it's a little chaotic because some of the chokes on tower control get pretty brutal. So I can only imagine they can get similarly bad here. Is that correct, or am I off?
If I be honest on my perspective on this map in this mode, I feel like it's just going to be a left and right, because like two sides are going to be like 2 go right, 2 go left, and that's how it will go. But depends on how the matchup will go. So here we go. Rainmaker on Manta Maria. Let's see where the comms. So we got 2 buckets on the side.
Ooh.
This is going to be pretty interesting.
I love to see that. Also, Bamboozer, we were talking about that earlier. And are those? Oh wait, what are those dualies called? Which ones?
Those are called Tetra dualies.
Oh my god, I love those. First Splat's coming through right now. Tri-Slosher putting in work on mid, trying to get away from this pressure from the Charger.
Oh, that's going to be... Oh, 3 down, so that just leaves to the Tetras. Axolt is just running in and running to their straight. Helix is just going... Oh my god. So I am amused at the boards right now, but it seems that Helix is able to stop it. Now Axolt is at remaining at 45. Whoa, what was that right there? The Tri-Slosher was able to get the T-Tech on the wall right there. Leo here, just trying to get mid. Okay, this is just so chaotic right now, right there.
Yeah, the back and forth here is a little nuts. I'm very happy that that rush stopped, because that offense seemed to be unstoppable for a moment. Good pickups from both teams. We're resetting right to neutral, but looks like Axolt is going to be nice in control of mid here in this top zone. Oh, finally, I was going to say, getting contested by another player. Here comes the splashdown. Oh no!
Tetras!
Tetras.
Oh my god! I was like,
the movement from those weapons is insane. And look at this, pushes all the way up, but you got to be careful around in that corner. Good stuff by Spets there.
Good attempt from the Tetras there, trying to think that some of the members of Axolt were down, but the Tri-Slosher was able to stop them at their street. So now everything just went so fast. At the beginning of that match, 45, that just was so fast.
Man, Rainmaker scares me. Like, cause I'm an old school shooter player, right? One flag capture the flag can be fast, but like, I've never played a game where like someone gets like a lead, they get like a wipe, and then they just like win a match, and I'm so nervous it's always gonna happen. Oh, here comes an Inkjet, chilling.
Yeah. In Rainmaker, it just happens either so quick, or anything could just really happen during like later stages.
Oh, that's 3 down, actually.
Ladio's taking a double, and now he's going to be able to take the Rainmaker now. 2 members down on the side of Axolt. Maybe they could try to lead, but it's only 2 minutes and 35 seconds. We're in the mid of a timer right now, so let's see what Helix is going to make this play here.
Looks like they're trying to make a play on the left side there, crossing that gap, but doesn't look like Axolt's going to let the Helix have any of that right now.
Tetras. Oh, it seems Tetras. That Helix is able to take the lead there. Oh, nice jump there by the Tetras, but unfortunately gets flatted by that Fizzy Bomb, or should I say Soda Can, because that's what I call it, because Fizzy Soda.
Those pop. Goddamn. Lovely work, though, and now they're pushing in green side base. Helix is going to have to push up into this. Latios in a really bad spot right now, gets taken out. And, yeah, look at the move in right now. The Rainmaker, though, off on its own, covering that right side. I'm curious what's happening there, but Spets is just going on a murdering spree right now. And look at this movement, getting away from the Bamboozler. Good lord. I love watching how fast they go.
Yeah, Rainmaker, like I said, like this Rainmaker is just a really fast mode on Splatoon 2. And, like, the thing I want to point out, you do not want to 1v1 a Tri-Slosher. And wow, Axolt taking the lead back and getting it to a remaining of 8, but not able to knock it out. Seems that Helix is trying to hold it together here and try and not let them knock it out. So far, so good from both sides.
I was really nervous that was about to be a knockout, so good they're holding on, and I firmly believe in Rainmaker.
There's no such splashdown cancel.
I was gonna say there's no such thing as a down and done match in this mode. If it's not a knockout, I feel like you can always make that comeback. The momentum's just too fierce. Got it in pretty far right into that little that like Z curve here, this little hallway. That's a really tough spot to get it back from, though. I think they're gonna let it reset because that just wastes some time, correct?
Yeah, of course, yeah. I like the play of Axolt's trying to do. I mean, they got a remaining of 8, so they have the lead, so they can do whatever they want. They got 2 specials online, so whatever they got... Oh! Latios is able to take 1, but gets knocked down by one of the members of Axolt, so 20 seconds left, so we have to either make sure what happens now. Helix tries to at least make a risky play, or Axolt is able to successfully just defend this game.
Yeah, they're not, they're right now, they're just trying to hold off Helix from going in, and that's a good way to do it.
Oh, there's a fight going on. There's a fight going on here. Oh, no.
They gotta get that Rainmaker right now.
Oh, my God. The NZAP. Wait, is that NZAP?
Oh,
wait,
that's it. Full team wipe. Full team wipe. They said, nah, you should have capped it when you had the chance. Oh, my. What a play. What a play. Good job from Axolt there.
Gotta say, though. 2 bucket comps, honestly, K-Machine can do at least some chip damage work, and that's what a K-Machine can do. Plus, that Fizzy Bomb is can use as a skirmish to just throw it. Even you see the K-Machine getting I saw at least 2 Fizzy Bomb kills, which that was you would never really see that happen.
I mean, some of those tight corridors, it's hard to move, and there aren't there's some good walls to get away from, but not if it's covered in the enemy ink. It's a dangerous little hallway, and that bomb put in work. I love the scrappy weapons. I'm such a fan of duels and 1v1s coming from the fighting game world. I love that stuff. A double bucket is just so exciting. They just got to rush people down, send the whole team on top of someone, take over a spot. Really, really fun stuff. I love seeing it. And now we're on to Snapper Canal for Clam Blitz. I have never seen Clam Blitz here. How does this play out?
This could go either way, I would say. You got Sneaky, you got Street, and then you got the other side. I don't even know the call-out, but it can go from either way, left, right, or straight to the basket. It's you gotta figure out what the play is and predict your enemy what they'll do for the play.
I'm so happy to hear that one of the call-outs is Sneaky, because that's a common call-out in Halo. So I'm just so happy to hear that Sneaky has made its way into another shooter. So,
so at least I could call it for a call-out like that.
You say it, I know exactly what you're talking about too. That's the best part. Yeah, it's such a wide map. It's such a big map. I always wonder how that affects rotations, or how that affects even clam spawns. I don't think I've ever played a game of Clam Blitz on this stage. So I don't even know what it looks like in those regards. So I'm excited.
I feel like it can go either way. The way I think about it, because I've seen matches of this map and mode. It could be a comeback match, or it could be just a knockout immediately. I've seen those kind of matches in the past, but let's see what happens here. Helix is only down by 1. Let's see if they can pick up a game and make it to game 3 here. So, oh, okay. A little bit, okay. So there's both bamboos on both sides here.
Yeah, the Tetra's still in play. I like to see that. Still get a K-Slosh. Thank.
Hey, so far so good. Bamboo, just already at their street. No, like just no straight up mercy for this Bamboo. I believe that's Leo, one of the greatest of Bamboos that I've seen him play for. Like, I haven't get to like much of a chance. Whoa! Did you see that? Leo was trying to super jump, but got denied by the K-Gal right there. Good pick right there. That was so unfortunate. It seems Axolt is now to open Helix's basket, and now they got the remaining of 65. 2 members down on Axolt now. 3 members down now, so it's only the K-Machine left. So that means that has to go with a reset. That's technically just a full right there, but wow, great defense by Helix.
And honestly, yeah, I was gonna say Helix picking that back up, right? Like they lose some points and whatnot, but they picked that up so quick. Oh, what a nice flash from Latios there. Oh, goodbye. There was so much incoming damage. That was, like you were super duper dead there. Get on the chase right now. I want to see what weapons. This is the slasher, yeah? Yeah, yes it is. Okay, I was gonna say I see the fizzy grenades. This mid area with the bamboozler made me so nervous earlier. It just you can control this space so well, but look at them approaching by the wall. There's
Leo.
another one.
Oh, that's 2 members down, and they only have 14 clams. They got to pass out some clams if they want to open the basket again. Axolt needs to make another play here if they want to knock this out and make it a 2-0. If not, Helix has to try to find something back into this game.
Helix has a ball at least. Oh, I see.
Oh, the splashdown. Oh, nothing.
Axolt had a ball. I was going to say I saw the super ball, but it's not going to matter. In a really tough spot right now, gets taken out by Latios again, putting in work. My goodness, there's another takedown right there, and now they're pushing right back into Axolt's base, trying to make that play start, but unfortunately gets taked out. That cancel sloshing machine. Too good.
Oh yeah, Latios is trying his best for this team, trying to just make a comeback here for this game. So like they know that they're 1 game down, so they need to make help and make a play here for Helix here. So far 2v2 going on, but they Axolt already have power climb. They're able to score, so remaining is 62. They need to collect more clams if they want to get a bigger lead, but the K-Gal goes down by Latios. So Latios trying to do everything he can to like at least stay in this game.
Yeah, and they've had so many good like moments of defense, and look, they get
the
picks like
inkjet.
this. Oh, gets taken off the side. Is that enough to start it? I don't know if it is, and that's the thing. Like, they have this good defense. They're able to hold their ground, but they haven't been able to convert that into an offense once this game. 2 minutes remaining on the clock, and no specials left. There's nothing for this team right now in terms of specials.
Yeah, absolutely. Helix just needs to find what they got to do and make a plan here. They know they have like a little bit of mid-game of time with the timer, so they got to do something here. Like, they still haven't scored. They gotta make something happen. Otherwise, then it's just, you know, game over.
We got a ball.
Got a ball on the side by Axolt, though. But they got a pity clam for Helix. Now they got 2, so... But the question is... Oh, so they... Okay, so Axolt does score. But will they get the other power climb in? So, is the question, though. Good pick by Leo, though. Good pick. And then now he knows that there's gonna... Oh, Leo getting another pick there. So that's only the Zap remaining alive. So that has to do with another reset. Latios getting a pick there on it. So now Helix is able to score the basket. Here comes 3 power clams on the side. No, unfortunate. Missed. Unfortunately, missed the throw. Just a little bit of a way. Latios is trying his best to just stay alive. So is it even worth it to just even like go for the basket? Gets 1-for-1 there. So Latios trying his best to at least stay in this game.
Latios is doing a really good job staying alive here. Gonna be able to.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. He's doing everything he can for this team, just trying to make anything happen.
Well, they got a ball at least. They can start another offense. It's not like Axolt's immediately scoring on them again, but you gotta win these fights. Carrot, how we doing?
Trying her best. Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, Axolt is just doing a really, really good job right now, trying to make that offense and defense right now for their own side. So, like, they're trying to make it so quick, they just want to end the set here.
8 seconds left. It's not looking good. I mean, Axolt did so much damage. So many good plays. And unfortunately, it's things like the missed ball from Helix. Like, it's just so rough finally getting that offensive push, only to come up short. Oh, you hate to see it, but Axolt, great job. I mean, offense after offense, rush after rush. Like, they were able to just get in there and get us so many points, so many plays. Helix had a remarkable defense, though. The amount of times they recovered was great. That gives you at least the opportunity to make plays, but unfortunately, you have to make the play at that point. But good work to Axolt.
Yeah, Axolt just did much better as they can for against their opponents, so gotta give a lot of props to Helix for their defense, but it just wasn't enough for them to at least win one game. So Axolt will be taking this set here, 2-0 here. Man, I was at least expecting another game, but Axolt just doing everything that they can for their own, like, making team plays here. And when I think about Axolt now, that I don't know much about them, and seeing them how they played when we were watching it, they were just the team that just know how to play in team, like team fights and team plays.
Yeah, and really aggressive plays too. I mean, the coordination, we saw it on Manta Maria, just their ability to turn as a team and just pick players. Like, when they got wipes, they took out whole teams. It was crazy. There were some really, really good picks that turned into like 2-3 players down, and then Helix is on the back foot. And
oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like from that Rainmaker Manta Maria, it was just pick and pick after pick after pick. Just like that whole beginning, just like everything just happened so quick. And then Axolt was just able to take at least a far of a good lead, but Helix was able to like take the lead, but it wasn't enough because to respond back to get an 8 remaining lead there at Rainmaker Manta.
Though I guess MVP of my heart though was Latias with that one play, staying alive at mid forever. That was very clutch. They stayed alive for an incredibly long time, got more picks, stayed alive after the play failed. It's just, I love seeing that. I love seeing the hero plays. A good hero play is something I'm always looking forward to in any competitive shooter.
Absolutely. I would, especially for Latios on that hero play on the Clamplet Snapper Canal. Getting those picks was just like trying to at least stay in this game, but it just wasn't enough. But the timer was just running out for them, and it just wasn't enough for them. But yeah, I do agree on you on that. Latios did deserve this kind of MVP here to that Clamplets Snapper Canal, getting so many picks. I believe he got 15 as far I saw when that match ended there, 15 of their KA there.
Damn, yeah, that's a lot of pressure too. I'm not sure who's coming up next, but I'm excited. I know we're in the Swiss part of the bracket right now, so a bunch of teams are going to be throwing into each other.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I definitely want to like see. There's like so many teams in this tournament, like going on, and I want to see like pretty much all these teams. I know you're pretty new to all of this stuff, and you're getting used to like these teams that you've never even heard of before, and you're starting to learn them too and how they play.
I will say this off rip. They have the best names in all of gaming belong to Splatoon. The team names here are better than they are anywhere else. I don't see Overwatch or Apex Legends teams with better names than some of these crews. Like Assault and Pepper, like fantastic. Like that's great. Cascade Duck Crew, I need to know more. Like, there's so many wonderful names here that I'm reading, and like Unlimited Woomy, like what a great name. I think there's even more to that name, but just United, Unlimited Woomy United, fantastic. It's so much more fun. And you get I guess maybe growing up in like the Xbox era of Halo, you got all the edgy gamer names. It's just so nice that like you get to see all these really fresh names.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, you were gonna say something, and you're like, I was like, you should say whatever you want to say.
Any teams on this list that I should definitely keep my eye out for later? Because I know this is like for the up and coming players. This is to really push yourself to the next level. Who should I look for?
Oh yeah, absolutely. By looking at the tournament, I definitely want to keep eyes on Synergy, Bang, Red Sun, 64, and I feel like I'm so uncomfortable saying this name, but they're on a 4-win streak right now called Farto. They're on a 4-win streak right now. And same with Destiny Troops. That's another team that is really, really strong. So that is something that you want to keep up with, at least those teams in mind.
Yeah, you know, Sometimes you got to say the name. It's the roughest thing. I mean, I've
Yeah,
been saying,
and in my head, when I saw that name Farto, I'm just like, that name sucks. I'm sorry to say it on stream, but like, you could at least made a better name than Farto. You know,
I hope it's like a word I don't know. Like maybe it's an abbreviation for something I don't know, and I'll just I'll just say it as gracefully as I can. And if I get clipped on, I get clipped on. And I just
true. That is really true. And you know what? You have to be honest on what you say, really, because like you're the commentator, and you got to say and be honest. But I mean, they're on a 4-winning streak, as long as with Destiny troops as well. Like this will be a matchup probably with Farto versus Destiny troops if I believe in it. By looking at the standings, though, mostly all of the matches already completely finished, but at least 2 are still in their matches currently.
I was gonna say Farto's making sure we say their name, playing that strong. They're like, yeah, we're picked this name, and guess what? We're gonna be one of the best teams here. You have to say it. What a fan! Look, I respect the energy with that. Yeah, only 2 matches remain. I think Cold Coral and Sleeping Seals, if this is live, I think it's real time, is 1-1 right now. So
yeah, and I believe that you are indeed right. As far as I'm looking at the standings for round 4, though, that I'm seeing a lot of 2-0s in round 4 so far. A lot of 2-0s, and you got some like 2-1s as well. Some of them.
Mm-hmm. I think for now, though, I think we're headed into a little break, unless the match is about to happen. I'll let Heaven tell me in a second if that's true. We're gonna go on a little break until the next match, everyone. So stay tuned, kick back, maybe get some water, do some stretching, and we'll see you soon. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to SAC Season 5, Tournament 4, the Swiss stage. My name is X45X. Many people know me as Bowser, and I'm here with Manaphy. And I see a lot of big man stands in chat. Love you all, appreciate you all. We're excited to get into this one. We have Sleeping Seals versus Triggerfish Zone Supremacy. I admittedly know nothing about these teams, so I'm excited to see how they go down. Manaphy, do you know anything about these teams?
I'm not sure about Sleeping Seals, but I am familiar with Triggerfish Zone Supremacy because you got some shoutouts to the IPL staffs and TOs that are on that squad. I would love to see them how they play here against Sleeping Seals. You got like Kraken Mare. I think Vapor is on there.
I just commentated a tournament with a few of these people in it. Wait, I know. Time out.
Time out. I'm like, hold up. I know who these people are. Hold up.
I'm gonna get destroyed in the comments later. Damn. So tell me about this, because again, for anyone who's just joining us now, I'm very new to Splatoon commentary. You guys are an awesome community, and this has been a pleasure to start joining you all. Tell me about tower control on Anko V games, because I've also never played this map with tower control as a Turf War rat. I need to know more. How's it play out?
Oh my gosh. I feel like for me, back then, this was like around 2021. It was always Inkjet special, always, because once you get into the little fan right there, and then you see that little wall by office, you could literally put your jetpack just standing right there, so you have a little bit of a high ground to get at least a pick or two. That's how I would see if any of these like squads would pull out an Inkjet here.
Yeah,
we'll see how it. Let's see how it goes, because like I'm not really sure what comps that they're gonna bring out. So if they're gonna bring out some surprising one, hey, I'm always down to at least see some surprising picks of weapons that they got here.
I think there's a brush main on this team, like an exclusive brush. But
double bucket.
Okay.
Okay, and we got L3D Nozzle Nose on the side of Sleeping Seals. I would love to see some a Nozzle Nose into this like tournament for sure. Like I feel like it was pretty strong, and then it was just like, oh, it went down, and now we want to bring it just for the show. That's how I like to see it.
Comes that throwdown over mid though. Kraken making it to tower. Oh, gets picked immediately off of the top there. Vapor backing off. This is the Explosion, correct? That move, I love
that. Is Explosion.
Yes.
Correct.
It's just such a nasty backline weapon. I love seeing this weapon go to town on people.
I can't really imagine being it on tower control, but I could definitely like see it. Vapor.
Vapor said peace.
Just like you know what Vapor noticed? He's like, oh, that's an Inkjet, and you know what? I'm out. I'm just gonna go dive, and you don't get a pick on me. Yeah, I respawn quicker. Yeah, thank you very much. But yeah, anyways, about Explosion though, I don't really see it on tower control, but it's amazing that I actually get to see it here now from the side of Triggerfish Zone's Supremacy. So honestly, their comp is pretty interesting. They got a Brush, Explosion, Tri-Slosher, and K52. Oh, we don't.
It's a very strange way to play. Like the range coverage there is like very off meta. It's very abnormal, but I love it. Like. There's a lot of range to play with here. I say off meta.
Oh yeah. Oh, Mewtwo trying to go for the flank here. Oh, can he get the pick though? Is the question, Mewtwo. But you got three members there. No, nothing. Oh, just unfortunate. But it seems that Sleeping Seals were able to respond back though on that flank.
Yeah, got a lot of pressure. They're now going to be able to push up, try to stop these spawns coming through. Vapor coming in with the ball.
Oh, gets a pick on. So that's us two members down on the side of Sleeping Seals here.
Oh, and then look at this high ground. I love this from Vapor. Just using that spot to just push them out, get control of the tower. Finally, maybe some movement. Let's see how they make it to this checkpoint.
Here they are.
They're going to all the way. They're going to walk all the way.
They're already at their street and arcade, so they're going to get a control from there. Oh, it seems that Kraken Mare has already gone down. Oh, but I do like the brush, though, on tower control, because like for brushes, it's like good for a skirmishing kind of weapon, because you want to skirmish to any side of like any members on the side of Sleeping Seals, so you could say like, oh, I'm just a brush, I'm just skirmishing them, so like trying to prevent some like kind of disengage or engage fights, you know. That's how I kind of see for brush. Oh,
no,
flashdown. Oh, I couldn't really see it right there. I was like, wait, well, how did they die? I was like, okay.
Just couldn't get out fast enough, unfortunately. Kraken
too good with that brush though. 2 hits already commit.
Well, now that I've gotten to see Kraken in a tournament before, I gotta agree with you. I don't think I've seen a player in Splatoon with more blood in the eyes. Kraken just goes on a hunt and goes to kill people, and I love it.
No! Cancel splashdown on by that soda slosher, but that was so close. That slosher was so close to dying to that buoy bomb too. Oh my gosh. What a game so far. What a good game 1 here on round 5.
Yeah, a lot of distance was made though by Triggerfish. Sleeping Seal's gonna have to pressure back finally. They've had some really good wipes. They've gotten some plays started, but not really able to push the tower much. So I kind of hope they can do that soon. Here comes Kraken. In with the plan, just says you can't play the tower. No, back off. This is my spot.
Oh, you know, Krakenmare would do literally what he wants, so they would do anything. Oh, but gets taken out by the zap though. So Sleeping Seals, I mean, they did have the lead, but now Triggerfish Zone Supremacy has the lead now with remaining 36. So you got to make something happen if you're Sleeping Seals here. So only 50 seconds on the timer right now.
And they need control of this ramp here. Did you call it street earlier?
Yeah, I call it street, yeah.
Yeah, because this area, like, they need to have control over it. Nice to start, but Mewtwo has coverage over this Ink Check. Can you do anything about it? Well, it does stop the pressure, at least. There you go. They have to drop. Booyah Bomb comes down. They're going to get control over this tower immediately.
Oh, Mewtwo.
Okay. Mewtwo redeemed themselves. They got that pick this time.
Seems though, 3 members down on the side of Triggerfish Zones, but 1 just respawned, so it's just only Kraken left. So now, Sleeping Seals, this is their time. They have to get the lead back. They got at least a bomb rush online, and now they pop it off. So now, they got to keep staying on this tower and play the objective. So they got to make something happen here.
This checkpoint
is 1 second.
Everything.
Okay, it's overtime. 2 members down on the side of Triggerfish Zones. So they already got the second checkpoint. Second checkpoint. They are so close. They got the lead. Wait, did they get the lead? Wait, I actually didn't get to see it.
Oh, no.
I looked away for a second because, like...
Yes, they did. 1 point. Sleeping Seals makes the push there. Mewtwo tried to stop it, but 1 versus 3. I don't care how good the K52 gal is. It's not that good, unfortunately. Tried to make that play, but wow, what a match! Because they had so much pressure. Sleeping Seals was like on the back foot the whole time. That one wipe got them so much and able to hold that for quite literally the 1 point, make it through overtime. Great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end there, from that last push that Sleeping Seals made, they got those picks what they needed, and now like I believe it was only the brush left remaining alive, and then they got it to overtime. So it was super close for Triggerfish Zones to try to hold it, but Sleeping Seals were still pressuring them a lot by pushing that tower. Like, you see them that Sleeping Seals were at remaining 77 that whole time, and now they got passed through 2 checkpoints, and they were able to get the lead on that overtime. Wow, what a great play by Sleeping Seals. They were able to at least get those picks, though, at the end.
If I could go back and like when we have replays soon, I would have loved to see what happened to Kraken there, because I feel like Kraken was such an important part of the team for taking people off the tower, because if Kraken was nearby and there was a tower, no one else was allowed to be on the tower.
Oh, and yeah, absolutely.
So I'm curious what might have happened, but here we go.
Oh, same comp. Same comp.
Ooh, good. I'm a huge fan of this map. I don't know how the Splatoon regulars feel about this, but I love this place.
Oh, Rainmaker on Humpback. Oh, wow, that is a quick pop on the side of Sleeping Seals there. I mean, Object Shredders obviously can make sense, because you gotta have at least for some of the weapons that they have for Object Shredder. Oh, Vapor getting a pick there. So far, so good. We're trying to keep it everything neutral, but Vapor gets knocked down by the K-Shot. Oh, wait, I was like, where did the K-Shot come from? Because I didn't see those shots right there.
Punchy just snuck up and got a wonderful pick. There's another assist, and they're going to have Rainmaker, Sleeping Seals.
Kraken was able to get the Rainmaker! Able to get the Rainmaker! Yeah, you gotta watch out for Kraken right there. He's, you know, he's always hiding, trying to just stay away. If you grab the Rainmaker, well, I pop out, get you.
Kraken is the scariest player in Splatoon 2 I've met so far. If anyone can recommend me someone who's more like murderous and mischievous than Kraken, let me know, because I love the plays they make. And moving back in right now, Triggerfish with full control over this Kraken. Let's see what this Rainmaker, excuse me. Let's see what they can do with it right now. Trying to get off this midpoint. Here come the rockets.
Missiles.
Missiles. Everyone's favorite.
Oh no. Oh no. Anyways, let's go back into this matchup. So far, 2 members down on the side of Sleeping Seals. Oh, Kraken again, trying to make anything happen for Triggerfish Zones. They're trying to do everything much as they can. Oh, but Kraken can get him out alive. No, but that's going to be a team wipe on the side of Triggerfish Zones. So back, we're going to make a little bit of a reset here. So missiles have been popped by the K-Shot.
Yeah, that'll hopefully give them some room with the Rainmaker to push up, but then they're going to have to get past this wall.
Oh, they get the lead. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh no, you never want to lose a scramble like that. Sleeping Seals now pushed super far up. Have a great spot, but you got to get away from Kraken. Coming in so fast. Something I've noticed with Kraken too. Oh, Sloshy gets the hit on Kraken. Is that Kraken's been using the splat down whenever there's like someone gets in range to like take them out. They just splat down and get out every single time, and it really puts you in a hard spot. You really want to push wherever Kraken just went. But that was a really good pick there, so it's not really going to matter. DRF now moving up. See if we can get this Rainmaker under control.
Oh, that's 2 members down on Sleeping Seals, though.
Yeah, there's your push.
Can they make it happen? But they got missiled, though, by the K-Shot.
Rockets, good on offense, good on defense. They'll just push you out. Let's see if they have a few specials charged, or they're getting close. Kraken's about to have one up right now.
Yeah, Sleeping Seals are being pushed back here, so Triggerfish Zones have to make something happen. Oh no, that's going to be 3 members down on the side of Triggerfish Zones. I didn't even know what happened there, who got those picks there, but that's able to at least Sleeping Seals just to defend it.
What's so unfortunate about that too is like they were about to be able to make a play. The Booyah Bomb was about to be ready.
And oh no, Mewtwo! Oh, you're gonna get.
We'll see you later. Yeah. Have a nice one.
Oh, they got 2 picks. They got 2 picks from the Booyah Bomb. No way.
2 from the grave. We take those sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, he was like, if I'm gonna fall off the map, I'll at least take those 2 picks there. I'll take it.
I'll take
That's
one.
What they
I
said.
Get 2. That's a whole Christmas. I'm down.
Merry Christmas to their gifts. That's what I get. 2 picks on the Booyah Bomb. So far, let's get back into this matchup here.
What
a no!
Shot.
Oh,
I can't
squeezer.
believe that. I can't believe that they got that pick and made it out of the Rainmaker's blast. They're able to get their takedowns there. Look at this wipe. There's so many people down. Oh, both sides though. Kraken hiding around. Is Kraken gonna be sneaky? Yes.
Yeah, Kraken trying their best, trying to make at least something happen here. But oh my gosh, can I just say one thing that about this squad? Like both of these teams actually, they're making everything happen for us like a good show here. So far, Triggerfish Zones need to make a play if they want to at least take this game to make a game 3 here. So far, it's very like really balanced, but Triggerfish Zone Supremacy is just not finding the right, play here for them.
Oh no! There it is.
But that's gonna be down. But it's only just a squeezer left.
What a lovely commentator's blessing. That's the play you need. They have an opening, and look, they got specials. They can push.
They got bubbles. Here come the bubbles now.
No! They went for a rush to go as fast as they could to get that Rainmaker as far as they could with 4 seconds left.
Oh no!
Oh no! Not like this.
Honestly, well played by the squeezer though, because they had their bubbles for like a little bit of a while there, trying to use it as a defense there. Honestly, well played by the squeezer, using those bubbles from that push. So that's going to be a 2-0 with Sleeping Seals taking this set here. Wow, what a set by these 2 teams. I am really happy to see so many good plays, especially Kraken with that rush in tower control anchovy. games right there.
Yeah, I'm never forgetting Kraken's name. Like I only saw them once, but now it's over. I'm never forgetting that. It was also like that was a 2-0, right? Like those matches went down to the wire. Like they were great matches. They were really intense both ways. Almost getting the comeback there by Triggerfish. Oh, I wanted it so bad for them, but like you can't ask for better Splatoon. Like that's what I wanted. When I said I want to get into Splatoon commentary, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see.
Absolutely, yeah. Like you definitely would love to see a play like that. Like especially like okay, so that last second on Rainmaker Humpback, Triggerfish Zone's Supremacy took 3 members down, but just a little bit short to get the lead though. But again, the Squeezer made the right choice to keep their bubbles as a defense. Really well played. But I know I gotta give it to Kraken though, from making those great plays there. Just being all sneaky, trying to make something that they can do their best for their squad.
It's the murder. There's all these people playing Splatoon, trying to have a good time, have a nice competitive match, and Kraken is out for blood. And it just feels that way. Like I've always like feared brushes as a player. They're always the bane of my existence. But like, you know, I don't see them in many competitive matches. And then I see like Kraken play brush and I'm like, okay, maybe I want to play this. Like, this looks fun. Like, if someone can make me feel like the weapon is fun and I want to play it, you know, they're sick with it. Like, that's some incredible stuff.
Absolutely. Like, if you want to play a weapon that you feel confident, play the weapon, because like you gotta feel the confident to play the weapon that you choose to play, and that's how it works. I mean, there could be some times that where if your team decides like, oh no, we should probably just play with like weapons that make sense, or play with comfort. And you know what? They stick with the same comp. Triggerfish Zones keep the same comp, but it just wasn't enough for them. But like they still tried their best at the end there. Like it wasn't a knockout. They get through the whole 5 minutes of that matchup right there. The whole through 5 minutes. And they had that lead. Remember in Tower Control Anchovy? But they were just
the whole match, yeah.
Yeah, they had that lead. But Sleeping Seals were able to respond to them saying like, hey, we're already at your street from overtime, and now we're going to pressure you and take the lead back overtime. That's how it, you know, Sleeping Seals were trying to like get that lead back from them. Oh. And now, before we get into a break, I do want to look at some of the standings here.
For sure.
Yeah, so far, from looking at the standings, so far 2-0 here. There are still a lot of matches that are still going on. You got Bang versus Lyre. I believe that I'm saying that right. Lyre, or gosh,
maybe
I am so sorry if I butcher team names. I am so sorry because I am really, really bad at pronouncing team names. Anyways, but so far 2-0 so far. But there are still some matches that are still going on. But for now, we'll at least take a little small break here. We'll see you guys I believe that's going to be the end of Swiss stage, and now we're going to be moving up to the brackets. So we'll see you guys then, and take a break, and we'll see you in the next one.
Stay hydrated.
Hello everyone, welcome back to SAC Season 5? Okay, I kind of lost track, but I believe that's what it is. As far as I don't remember, because I don't look at the numbers and the titles. Anyways, we're back. We're in Top Cut. We are going to be watching the gold bracket. So our first match of Top Cut is Unlucky versus Sorti and Phase 2, which please correct me on the name, because I am so bad at this, even if it's in a different language. So, yes, I am joined here with 45, aka, or you can call them Bowser.
Hi. I'm pumped. More Splatoon action. I'm excited to see bracket and see how people throw into each other. Also, I've been really enjoying the Splatoon 3 chat. All of you standing big man, talking about what teams you're going to be playing on for the Splatfest. And actually, I'd love to hear from more of you what teams you're going to be playing in the Splatfest, because it's such an exciting time for Splatoon players. And I don't think we have a map list just yet. I'm curious where we're going to go.
I guess while we're waiting. Oh no, never mind. We got Splat Zones on Macomart.
Yes,
we got some Macomart action here. Everyone says Macomart best map in the game. Honestly, they're not wrong.
Can I? This is for you and for chat, for all the smashers in chat. Is Macomart not the Smashville or the PS2 of Splatoon 2? Please tell me, because I think it is. That like go to everyone's like. Macomart, game 1. Like, I feel like that's what I see all the time.
Oh wow. That is something that I would never know, honestly. That is, wow, okay.
There's a culture in Smash of like, it's called a gentleman's, where you just agree to go to a stage. And like, for the first match, a lot of players will walk up, Smash 4, they'd be like, Smashville, you'd be like, Smashville, and you just go Smashville. And Ultimate, PS2? Oh, PS2, and they just go in, so...
Gotcha. Wow, that is something that I would never kind of really think of. Okay, so wow. All right, Splat Zones on Macomart. Honestly, this will be a really good time. It's all about the paint all around the map, because like you got some painting around on this map. You got so many callouts, which you got like cereal as the callout, freezer. So many callouts, because this is just like a version of Costco. That's what I would preference of Macomart. Anyways, after we finish game 1 on here, they're going to be the counter picks. Since in Top Cut, how it works, after you finish game 1 for whatever map, Splat Zones on Macomart, on any team that loses will have to counter pick a map that they will have to decide and mode. So we'll see which team wins this one, and then the losing team will have to counter pick a map and mode.
Yeah, and now, like, and one of my favorite parts about Macomart from just my very limited Splatoon commentary experience is that, like, this map really shows you what you're up against. Like, it shows fundamentals. Like, teams get to show, like, their very basic play, right? Like their fundies, what they're good at, and they get to really shine here. So I feel like this is, like, such a good throwdown for me, because then I get to understand more about these teams and some of the common play styles. And I'm assuming I'm going to see a lot of Kensa 52 gals, just... in general,
just throwing it out there, like all the Kensa 52s there, all for the all the frontline / Slayer players that play 52 gal.
It's such a fun. Listen, now that I've used it, I've committed the cardinal sin of playing K52 gal. It's fun. I get it. It's really fun. It's really oppressive, and it's super enjoyable. I really like that weapon, so I completely understand why it's strong and why it's picked. But hopefully, you get to see the other favorite weapon of mine so far. Watching Squeezer players. I think Squeezer is just such a cool weapon to watch players just pop off on. If someone's really skilled with that weapon, they just pick people so fast.
You're not wrong on that one. Yeah, if there's any Squeezer like weapons picked in any comps, I would be really excited, because like Squeezer is actually one of my favorite weapons in the game right now, just because I love that you could just you just spam that ZR just one tap, and once you hold ZR, it's literally you just paint just to get your special. That's it. Pop one, then it's all about just like you just pop, because it's a champagne bottle, you know what I mean? That's literally what it is. Squeezer. You have champagne bottle, open up, then it's just all like, how it feels. That's how I see it.
To the Squeezer player popping off. We like that. Celebrate.
Yeah. Popping off, pop. Okay, I'll stop.
I want to know, speaking of pop though, I now understand the dangers of the, what's the bomb called? The one that blows up multiple times. Soda can.
Yeah, Fizzy. Yeah, Fizzy Bomb is the actual name. Yeah, Fizzy Bomb is the actual name.
Oh, yeah, that's also a sub weapon. I didn't think that I always thought like, oh, this seems like it's useful, but I never really see anyone like make crazy plays with it. And then I saw like multiple splats with that sub weapon alone earlier in the bracket. So I'm hoping maybe I'll see a little bit more of that.
No worries. And right now, as far as I'm looking at the coordination here, it seems that we're still waiting for the room to be open up. So at least for now, we can at least talk a little bit more about around in the stream and give some content here for IPL here. So anyone in chat. So I want to put out to anyone in chat, who is gonna choose for a team for Splatfest? I'm curious because, like, think about it this way: when we saw the direct on Splatoon 3, when they put out the Splatfest, a three-way battle, like you have 3 teams going up against each other. This reminded me of this reference as a Fire Emblem 3 houses, like Golden Deer, Black Eagles, and Blue Lions facing against each other. That's how I pictured it because of the colors. Okay, does anyone agree with me on this? Because that's accurate.
I'm
that
not
is
gonna
really
unsee
accurate.
it. Like, I didn't think about that at all, but now that you've said it, I'm like, oh no. And then I'm on like,
so accurate though.
And then, but then it has to be my least favorite team.
That's like because that's why I pictured it like. Because someone posted it on Twitter, I was like, that is so accurate though. Like that, like if they put it as like a like that, someone did. I don't know who, but someone did it as an to make it as an accurate. And I was like, yes, the colors make sense. The three-way battle makes sense for the Splatfest. That it just all makes sense to me, and it just like, wow, they just made it as like a reference of like a three-way battle from that game. Just on, even though if they didn't really try to intentionally do it. But I mean, I like it, that idea though, for Splatfest though. Making it as 3 teams going against each other. But
I see in chat somebody saying Pokemon Splatfest in November, what starter would you choose? I hope Pokemon Company, they don't like to work all the time with like main Nintendo stuff, but like I would kill to have that, because I just feel like the starter conversation is always so much fun every time a Pokemon game rolls around. I would kill for a Splatfest where we get to see how many people get to play Sprigatito.
Absolutely. I would definitely love that as for an example for a Splatfest. I mean, we'll see how it will go for the Splatfest in the future. I mean, we already got the teams. Anyone in chat, let me know. I'm actually choosing... Okay, so this is a reference. Think about it as a League of Legends. Do you know this champion called Gwen?
Yeah.
So this how it made me reference
Gwen is immune.
Team Scissors. Yeah, Gwen is immune. Scissors, snip, snip, snip. And that's what it made me to join Team Scissors. I don't know. Okay, so to anyone in chat from IPL, if no one knows what I'm talking about, this is a League of Legends reference. It's only on one champion named Gwen. She's like a doll from, I believe it was from... it's a doll, and she has a big pair of scissors, and she can just snip, 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 like using that scissors, and that's why she says snip, snip. Gwen is immune, and that's how I pictured it, and made me want to join Team Scissors because of that. And I'm like, I want to do that, like, because it's Gwen.
So the reason I'm Team Scissors is for a very, very dumb reason. Back in my old scene in Massachusetts, I had a meme where every time we went to Stage Strike and Smash, I would go Scissors every single game. If I won the rock, paper, scissors for stage striking, I would say Scissors every time. Everyone became accustomed to this, and we're talking years of conditioning. I hit these people with Scissors every time. And then we're in Ultimate, right? Like we're not in Ultimate, we're in Smash 4, but it's years later. Like at the end of Smash 4's life, Grand Finals, just another tournament in our region. Everyone's watching. We rock, paper, scissors, and I throw down the paper. My buddy Vaughn, his eyes go wide, and I was like, sup? And he was like, no, what? Everyone lost their mind. They were like, what? I conditioned them. And then the next time anyone played me in rock, paper, scissors, they got scared. They were like, wait, are you going to do the thing? And I kept doing scissors, but I had them all absolutely conditioned, and nothing made me feel more powerful. Also, I'm a big man stan. Chat, you don't gotta call me out. We're all big man stands. I get it. Listen.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, guys. Anyways, I did get a readout from the staff here, so it seems that everyone's in. So should be starting pretty soon here for the gameplay. Now we should be able to talk about the maps again and the teams. So I am not really familiar with these teams. So it will be pretty interesting to watch them. So we're on Splat Zones. with on Makomart. So let's see what the comps that they're going to bring out. Bring out something special. Whoa! Whoa there!
Yes! Is that a Nautilus I see?
That is a Nautilus and an E-liter. This is something that I would never see in a comp like that. So who do they have? They got K-Shot and Junior from that's on the side of Unlucky. Okay, I love some E-liter action here. So let's go. So far, Unlucky was able to get the first zone, but Sorti and FaZe was able to get the zone now. So now they got the lead. So look at all that pressure. But yo, that E-liter, what a nice shot. So,
pushing up a little far, trying to push back on Lucky.
Just like, you know, I'm a little bit of flexing on you. The K52 guy was like, I have that RNG. I'm gonna pop off, and then that E-liter just says, nope, I know what you're thinking, and I know I'm going to stop you from that.
Badu here in a bit of a scuffle.
Oh, the bubbles. Oh no! Oh, what a shot! The E-liter again. What a nice shot.
And the thing about it too is like it shoots a mile away. You're never safe. So like if you don't see that line, you don't know where the E-liter's set up. So they could just take someone out so fast. If you're not looking, if you're not expecting it, you rotate quick enough. Oh wow, what a bomb! Actually gets a splat on Cinna there. Splattershot Junior player right now trying to clean up middle. We're in control.
Junior trying to do all in that work, yeah, because you know the Junior can really paint well. Even especially if you have sub power up on the Junior, because like you could throw your bombs far just like that. Yeah, as soon as like you saw that Junior threw their bombs that far from a distance, that's how you can throw your bombs, because like, you know, Junior, and then you got armor, paint pretty fast. That's how you Junior is well to be used for.
Yo Shell here. Let's see if we can get a pick. Makes it through the bubbles.
Yeah,
a charge. Oh, and almost gets the shot on Cinna, but Cinna gets the foil. I mean, foil's a great weapon to contest a charger, for sure. Only the Nautilus remains right now, holding on the high ground. LL here, being pushed back quite a bit, but yeah, at least the team's starting to respawn in.
He has Jet, but they're gonna hold it off until the armor is available from the side of Unlucky here. Wait for it.
Now on that, almost charged up. Yeah, almost a 4 specials.
Oh, they have 3 specials online. They gotta make 4. So now they gotta make something happen.
Oh,
but no! Oh no! But here comes the armor, and Inkjet was already pulled. Seems that Unlucky was able to get the zone, but now can they get anything value off of it? Now the zone's neutral, and now it goes in the favor of Sorti and
it was
FaZe.
Sorti took it back so fast. They're trying to clean it back up now, but Sorti was right there to punish them, and now they have that penalty score to go through and a huge chunk to catch back up to Sorti. I love the play there. I love that Sorti was able to hold on, and look at, they're still back in control. The pressure's unreal right now.
On both sides, yeah, all that pressure that both of these sides have. I mean, like, look at this. Like, Sorti FaZe already has the lead of remaining 21. You only got 2 minutes. You got some. If I was Unlucky right now, we still have some time. We got to make something pretty happen here if we want to make a really good play here. So far, LL trying to escape from all of those shots.
And they had such a good position there with the Nautilus, and unfortunately got pushed all the way out. It looks like our Splattershot Junior player going to town. Okay.
2 members down. The penalty is gone. Yeah, from Unlucky. So they got to make something happen. Oh, K-Shot's already down. 52 gal trying to not get picked. You got to watch out for the E-liter. If I was a 52 gal, you don't want to make that same mistake. You trying to pop off with that 52 gal on that E-liter. Don't make that same mistake.
Look at them playing the wall, playing the boxes, trying to do everything to stay in.
Here comes the Inkjet.
But the entire team swarming you. It's hard to live. Unlucky. 7, 6, so close. Is this going to be it?
Yeah, this might be a knockout. It's a knockout.
Wow, what a play there. I love the attempt from the 52 gal player from the Sorti to hold on to center there, but once they got an idea of where they were, the whole team just swarmed, and I don't care how good the 52 gal is, you're not surviving that.
Especially that you mentioned about the E-liter, that you don't know where the position is, and you don't know where the laser is pointing at, because you have to be aware where that E-liter is, because the E-liter has the range, and you don't know where their position is if you don't, like, you know, react quickly enough, because that E-liter will find a pick if you don't find any good like angles of where they are in their position.
Yeah, and especially because like a good E-Leader player, they're not just gonna, you know, because again, I'm a turf war rat. They're not just gonna sit there with a charger in one spot. They're gonna move as fast as the other players on their team and just hold down a new lane or hold down a new sight line. And if you're in the middle of a fight and you didn't see that rotation go off, there's a sneaky little E-Leader chilling who's ready to just take you out. And that's spooky. That's hard to deal with. That's a lot of pressure. So I really like the picks there, and happy to see the Nautilus too. I'm such a fan.
Absolutely. I haven't seen the Nautilus. This is probably the first time in a while back. Because, like, I haven't really commentated for IPL. Shoutouts to all the staffs and TOs in IPL. I have not been around for commentating for a while. And it's honestly good to be back. And I know 45 here is pretty new here. So hopefully we can pull out a show for you guys as well.
I'm having fun. I'm enjoying myself.
Absolutely. It's honestly, it's a good feeling. Even I have time to get back here, so this is like a really good moment here. Oh, we got a map. We got another Splat Zones, and this time it's going to be on Anchovy. Okay, this is honestly interesting. Interesting pick here. So, yeah, Sorti and FaZe was able to pick that map since they lost that one. So we're going back to Splat Zones.
I'm excited for Anchovy games on Splat Zones because we saw it with tower control earlier, and I got to see just how important like the street was and like that tower climb was and like how they pinched each other. But Splat Zones is going to be an entirely different ballpark for how you play. Is this a 1-zone or a 2-zone map?
I believe this is a 1-zone.
Okay, that's gonna be so it's gonna be brawly. I love that, and again, I love watching teams just slam into each other in duel. I like duels. I like aggression. That's why I was such a fan of Kraken earlier, so hopefully we get to see some of that. I wonder if the E-Leader will be brought out here as well, if that's a specialist and they're very good, and they're going to stay E-Leader, but I feel like having one long range like that is probably a smart idea. Again, I'm so new to this. Y'all chat, you can all call me out, but like I feel like a single E-Leader on a team brings so much staying power to a hold. Like if you hold a Splat Zone, you can do a lot having an E-Leader set up.
Oh yeah, especially those mines, because that's what it has on the E-Leader. You have those mines. You can pull it on the zone if it's trying to be neutralized, and if it explodes, it can also get the coverage on that paint. Honestly, having mines on some Splat Zones maps can be kind of important, especially if you're trying to keep everything, like, if it's going neutral. Hey, we'll still get the zone back even if we have those mines on the zone. Okay, it seems though we're already getting started here. Splat Zones. With Anchovy.
Same comp? Yeah, I think that's the same composition.
Yes, it's the same comp from last game. I'm not sure. I didn't pay attention to too much of Sorti and FaZe. Unlucky's comp was just like I was the most focused on last game. Anyways, so far, wow. Instant getting the zone fast from Unlucky. That was instant getting the cap on the zone, but Sorti and FaZe able to just get it for themselves. They have a small lead.
Yeah, but there's the first pick. Gonna be able to move in now. Unlucky.
So many specials.
So many specials. And there's another pick on Sorti.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah, that little ledge right there on fan. That's where you want to be for an inkjet.
And I mean, LL just pushed out another player. Like that gives you so much pressure. And look at the score Unlucky's getting right now. Holding it down. Here come the Rockets. Oh man, pushing back.
A little rough for Sorti and FaZe, but hopefully they can find themselves back into this game. I would want to see it. Like both of these teams are pretty really trying. Even you saw that last game too. All that aggression from them from last game.
Yeah, that's a big push. They ended up picking up everyone, and one player jumped out, which of course better than dying. But now Sorti's gonna have a chance to actually hold it down here. But it took them a while to break that pressure. Wow,
that was close. That was close. 52. Trout almost got picked by that E-Leader. I was a little worried there.
Your life flashing before your eyes on that.
Yeah, and just get sniped. And
oh my god, let's see. I want to see Yoshell here. Get a pick. Come on, get us something good. He's getting pushed out. Wait. Oh, see, I want to see something. They're in control, though, again. I mean, Unlucky's pressure. It's really good. I like this. They have just, I feel like the Nautilus is putting in work, just holding down corners. No one wants to get near the E-Leader. Like, this is good. And then you got the two splatter shots just able to get in close and really wall people out. This is nice. I really like the setup.
Really, really. Sorti and FaZe does get the lead though, but not enough for them that they wanted. Now the penalty is over for Unlucky, so only 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining. Oh, so it seems that Sorti and FaZe trying to keep the zone. Missile's already been popped. Booyah bomb has been popped.
Yeah, a lot of trading specials here. One down each side. Let's see if Yoshel can find a pick here. They're putting Baru into the corner. Baru fighting for their life right now. There goes the E-leader player. Oh, and there goes Baru. Okay, that's huge. Sorti's going to be able to make something out of this. Trying to play the box here. All the way up into streets. They're going to be able to hold this position and lock down some points. They're 1 point away from taking the lead. They're going to get lead here. That's going to put Unlucky in a bad spot. Yeah.
Yeah, this is pretty good for Sorti and FaZe too. So if they do win this, they'll get a game 3 here. So, all right, here we go. Missile's already been popped. Here come the plays. Special's already been popped. They are trying to initiate in some kind of fight, but Unlucky is being pushed back though. They're not making any sort of right plays right now. 10 remaining left. Neutralize again.
Yeah, all the specials are gone. If this is their moment to turn it back, right? They survived the specials. There's their first pick. Yoshel putting in work now, moving into mid. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Dodge these missiles.
So far, well, good game 2. I thought really Sorti and FaZe 2 was able to end the game here, but Unlucky just says no. We want to keep going. We're not stopping until it's actually over. Can't stop, won't stop. Anyways, they'll neutralize. Look at all this pressure from both sides. Oh no, that is an unfortunate. Okay, I am so sorry to say this, but that Booyah bomb sucked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you hate to see it. You're like,
you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Someone in Nintendo's like, I put this here for a reason. Oh.
Like, come on. Why put the sign right there, Nintendo? Why?
I love it. But look at that, though. What a play. They weren't able to make enough happen with the, Sorti was unable to make anything happen. They popped all those specials. No one went down. And then Yoshel gets a pick. And then it's a mad push. And they won off of that. Those specials didn't do anything. 11 missiles on one side, a 9 on the other. And I know I called them rockets. Leave me alone.
Total of 18 missiles on the side of Sorti and FaZe. Total of it. Because they had double missile comp. Oh, wow. What a game. I really thought Sorti and FaZe 2 had that game. They had everything that they'd gotten, what they wanted from game 2, but then Unlucky just responded with a great play on their own and just took that lead, knocked it out. Well, goodbye. We're moving on.
It's it reminds me somewhat of in Apex Legends, for instance, when like a team has to pop the Gibraltar bubble early, right? They use their specials too early, and it's like you use those specials to hold them back. You think you're making a good play, but if the enemy team can just navigate it and then pressure you right back with theirs, you better make sure that you're able to like return the favor immediately. And when you're on the back foot like that, you just lose your lead. Like essentially, it's hard to know. Do you hold that special or do you use it? And unfortunately, using it there was not the play. GG's for sure. I'm seeing in chat the non-meta weapons win. I love to see it. Very happy to see that.
Absolutely, yeah. And unfortunately, well, that is going to be the end for us, as you guys might call me. You can call me Manaphy. And 45 here with me on the commentating. So it was a great honor to, commentate with you.
Oh, yeah, no, I had a blast. This was a ton of fun. I hope you all enjoyed the comms. It's my second time, so I hope I did well. You'll be hearing a lot more from me soon, I promise. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to SAC Qualifier 4. My name is K-Bot. I am joined by Skepadillion. Skep, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm so excited to be back on mic. I don't know if you know this, but I was away from the internet for a hot moment. So just eager to get back to it, get back to the grind, especially heading into Splatoon 3. I'm so excited. But more importantly, I'm so excited for this match between Destiny Troops and Axolt. And this is a seal-dealing moment for Destiny Troops.
It is. Destiny Troops. So, for those of you that don't know, right, of course, there are leaderboard points that are up for grabs on each of these qualifiers. And in order to qualify for playoffs, you need to be in top 8 on that leaderboard. If Destiny Troops walks away with a win in this tournament, they will be qualified. If they do not come out with a win in this tournament, they will not qualify. And the other 8 teams that are currently ahead of them will pass through. So, Destiny Troops, the pressure's on right now. They've got to perform here, and it's all going to start with this match versus Axolt, who actually is one of the teams they're trying to beat, and they has already qualified for that top 8 playoffs.
The bar is set for Destiny Troops, but it's Axolt that gets to feel comfortable here today. That being said, Destiny Troops has been playing extremely well today, taking sets over Synergy and Cascade Duck Crew, both of which have been playing very well in SAC so far, including Synergy, who is also guaranteed to make Top Cut.
We are getting right into the match here, and of course, very familiar compositions that we're expecting out of these two squads. You see Destiny Troops, that's Popgun on the Hydra. You all know him and love him if you're a fan of IPL here. And already, it's going to be Destiny Troops getting the 3 down, now the complete wipe onto their enemies, getting the neutral to start out here on Splatoon's Piranha Pit.
Yeah, and look how quickly they're already spreading out. You have the 2 on the right side, and that blaster can be just so oppressive underneath that right ledge. Axolt has a moment to get those specials online, and here they go, popping that ray and that missile.
Trying to fight their way back in here, is able to take out this Inkjet that was in the forefront. Now Nero is looking to try to approach this zone. It's a 2-in situation for Destiny Troops, and it looks like now there's the complete wipe. Well done there, picking their fights where they chose to for Axolt here, and we'll see how long they can actually take this lockout for, given the fact that they don't have as many long-range tools at their disposal compared to Destiny Troops.
Yeah, given that Destiny Troops comp is situated very strongly for a lockout, it is very solid that Axolt did manage to get in so cleanly and are now managing to hold really well, because it's going to take a lot of effort to get that Hydra where they can in order to drop and get that zone. That Ray from Rotsev getting a very, very clean pick here, and I believe this is going to be a continued hold for Axolt.
Looking to be the case, at least so far now. Rocktiv starting to move on forward with this jet and is able to find one there. 2-in situation for Destiny Troops, and they've got to regroup very quickly. Reminder, folks, this is a best of 3 here, and it looks like they're starting to do just that. They're able to find a 2-in situation on Axolt here. Tofu coming up and is able to find enough ink on this opposing zone to enforce the penalty and buy a little bit more time and breathing room for Destiny Troops.
That armor coming out as Destiny Troops is about to clear that penalty. They need to situate themselves in a stronger lockout than they did before. Popgun being on this right side does slow down Axolt and Trata and clearing and sweep of those zones. Very nice pick on the C-Jet there, given that that was instrumental in their break-in before.
Quickly gets approached, though, by Axolt here, and it's going to be another 2-in situation for Destiny Troops. So we're just seeing these trades back and forth as Axolt now is able to take control of both of these zones. And now Sir Skit is going to get caught out of position here a little bit. Now Popgun goes down as well, as that's Spets on at the forefront here with that Tri-Slosher, able to be just a little bit more annoying for Destiny Troops. They're not able to find the exact positions they want to in order to charge up their specials before coming on back in here with one Ink Armor online, and now the Inkjet getting popped. Looks like it's going to be met with an Ink Armor out from the other side, but will they be able to find the picks necessary to move on top of the zone? The answer is not quite looking likely, as it's another 3-down situation for Destiny Troops. They're not going to be able to cap these zones. They're not going to be able to enforce this penalty, and now they're running against the clock here to try to come on back in.
Yeah, that team fight was huge for Axolt because now they have successfully bled a lot of time off the clock and know that Destiny Troops has the fire under their feet to break back in, and they are 2 down in the final moments of the game. This very well could be it, just not able to neutralize the zone in time. Axolt taking game 1 of SAC Season 5 semis.
That game moved so fast. So often there was just so much going on where all these players were trying to reposition. They were trying to get back into zone. They were trying to, do all of these things. But I think a large part of the reason why this game was happening so fast was because so often the team that was holding on top of the zones was taking the fight to their opponents. Piranha Pit, that time around, played more like a one-zone map than I've ever seen in my life. So much of that mid area was often covered by a single team, which is something we don't often get to see on Piranha Pit. Generally, how it plays is you get one of these teams that's able to stall out by just getting enough ink to neutralize at least one of those zones to make sure that their opponents can't tick down that timer. But nonetheless, just with the way these teams were positioning, the way they were trying to take their fight to their opponents before they were able to charge up their armors, charge up their specials, and get back into the zones, things were definitely looking very chaotic there for both of these squads. And as a reminder, it's a best of 3. This set isn't getting any less chaotic.
Yeah, Destiny Troops now has to deal with the fact that they have to go into these next 2 map modes and win both of them. The final one, if they win TC Reef, being Axolt's counter pick, and given that they have that bucket player in the hands of Spets, the counter picks are going to be weird. They are going to be favoring that bucket, and that could put Popgun in particular, who obviously is a Hydra, in a lot of pressure, given that all those ledges he's trying to be holding are going to be threatened by that bucket.
Here we go again, though, and maybe we'll see this one settle in just for a while longer. Skit actually going over to the Carbon Roller here for the Destiny Troops, realizing how quickly that last match was playing, and perhaps might be looking to try to take the fight to their opponent here. Now flanking from behind, able to take control of the bridge is Destiny Troops, and they're going to be the first ones on this tower looking to make a push.
Look how quickly Skit is in that car. That means that anybody who drops in from that area from Axolt trying to re-engage is going to have to deal with a carbon right in their face. And that chicken rush is going to keep them moving so they can't set up a strong defense. 2 picks there on the side of Axolt is huge for Destiny Troops as they try to break that second check.
And they're looking pretty likely to do just that with this double Splatling composition. You see Popgun riding this tower, looking to try to continue forward. That Ink Armor is going to knock him away and a little bit out of position, but hey, passing through 2 checkpoints this early on the map for the Reef has got to give you such a strong advantage, especially when considering that you've got a Nautilus and you've got this Hydra that can get in these anchor positions to make sure that these checkpoints don't get taken by the other team.
It absolutely is huge. That first checkpoint does tend to come free. It's so far away from your opponents. It's so hard to set up defense for that first check. But that second check is hotly contested. You've got the alley to the right. You've got what's right in front of you in car. So very, very good on Destiny Troops. And they have set themselves up for strong successive pushes if they are able to keep the paint down.
Be all about keeping that paint down, which is something that they honestly don't have a lot of, especially when you're looking at a Jet Squelcher, when you're looking at a K-Shot, and we're looking at that NZAP on the other side of the map for Axolt. So it's all going to be a matter of map control and trying to make sure that they catch out Skit, who is popping out of their ink in order to try to get something taken care of, but just is not able to find the picks this time around. And it'll mean that Axolt's going to start making their push here as Nero's starting to move on forward after having those 10 missiles pop. Now trying to lock down this side to make sure that this tower doesn't get flanked as well. Already on top of the second checkpoint, and there is no response right now for Destiny Troops. Finally, Popgun starting to move a little bit forward, applying some pressure to this tower, but it's just not fast enough. They're able to clear past this second checkpoint, and now Popgun is forced to get on top of the tower to try to stall things out, but there's no one else from Destiny Troops around. Spets now with the Dry Slasher trying to get things taken care of, but finally the cleanup comes through for Destiny Troops. They're able to take the 2 off of the tower here and stop this push in its tracks. They've got to be careful of a few of these jumps, but right now it's looking quite good for them. Grim's starting to move forward on this Nautilus, has the Inkjet ready, but is going to get taken out, caught out of position, sworn by 3 other members, and Axolt might have an opportunity to make this push happen. No, never mind. Tofu comes on from the top of the bridge, able to find one, and now is going to build up the rest of this map for Destiny Troops. Finally, the hold comes through for them.
Finally, right? That one makes you breathless. I was very concerned there for a moment, given that the Hydra was playing the role of the front line. They were the first to respond to that defense, and Destiny Troops was defending that second checkpoint that was already gone. And so that kind of what was allowed Axolt to bleed out that engagement and just take so much time off the clock. But that taking that time off the clock does benefit Destiny Troops here, but the tower is still on their side of the map. Spets getting excellent picks here, and 3 down on the side of Destiny Troops. This could be the lead swap in favor of Axolt.
3 down, no checkpoints between here and the lead. Destiny Troops has got to make their move soon, but Popgun goes down on the back lines. That's going to be the lead for Axolt immediately here, and all of a sudden the tables have turned. Destiny Troops has got to find a way to push this back to the 3rd checkpoint on the opposite side of the map with a minute left to go if they want to stay alive in this season of SAC.
And a lot of pressure to do that, right? You have Surskit pushing up all the way into their street, getting a very nice pick on that ends up, but there is simply just so much ground to cover. You have to get the tower through the 1st checkpoint, through the 2nd checkpoint, and then put a dent in the 3rd, most likely without dropping anyone, because any time that you lose here, any time that you spend not pushing is harmful. 2 down on the side of Axolt does give Destiny Troops a little bit of breathing room, but they have no one on the tower as they are burning through this inkjet, burning through the specials. Thankfully, they have armor subsequently as the members of Axolt come out of spawn.
Surskit on the front lines, able to take care of that Tri-Slosher of Axolt. That means there's 1 armor not online for them, but they're going to still have plenty of resources at their disposal, and you're starting to see them crowd around this 3rd checkpoint. Now, one of those members is going to go down. That's Tofu on the end zap. Now Destiny Troops doesn't have the ink armor of their own. 10 seconds left to go. They have to find a way to get on top of this tower to find the pick necessary, but now with Popgun going down at the hands of Axolt, at the hands of those 10 missiles, things are looking unlikely here. There's going to be someone on the tower, but it just will not fall through. Axolt's gonna jump on top of the tower and knock Destiny Troops out of this SAC season.
And that's it for Destiny Troops. That would be a great run from them overall, but they don't have to worry about the next run. Overall, Destiny Troops did make Silver Bracket in Qualifier 2 and did get first in Silver Bracket in Qualifier 3 before obviously here making it onto semifinals of Gold Bracket for Qualifier 4. So I almost said fantabulous run. I guess we can say that here from them in this SAC season, but Axolt sealing the deal and making sure that it's another team making top 8 for finals.
And I mean, worth noting, by the way, Destiny Troops to get to this point, they only lost 1 match so far today, and of course that was against Farto on the other side of the bracket, who presumably we'll be seeing next, depending on what their next result comes in, but you know, Destiny Troops played phenomenally today in the Swiss stage in order to get this point. They beat Synergy in a game 3 in order to send Synergy down to silver and have them get the opportunity to come forward and have this chance in order to keep pushing forward. So props to Destiny Troops. They're a team that's been around for a long while, and you know this is a team that's going to continue sticking together. It has probably got their eyes on next season to make their playoffs berth in the Splatoon Advanced Circuit.
Absolutely. And Splatoon 3 right around the corner. I believe Destiny Troops has been together for 2 years now. I might be wrong. Someone correct me on that. But that is a very long legacied run from any team in Splatoon. And I look forward to seeing what they do in the future. But for Axolt, they still have some work to do.
Still have some work to do, but surprisingly, it's not the work that we thought it would be. Unlucky is a team that had only played in 1 SAC qualifier before this one, and they got out into gold, and they were eliminated in that tie for 5th spot. They just beat Farto 2-0, who were coming into this looking to try to take a tournament victory here. So it'll be Unlucky versus Axolt for finals today. You see the rosters on your screen, and this one's probably going to be an interesting one to take a look at here.
That is huge. Undeniably, I won't lie. We both were strongly believed that Farto would be walking away with the tournament here, but they are going on for the 3rd place match against Destiny Troops. That being said, Unlucky is a somewhat familiar face here in SAC. They did place in gold bracket in Qualifier 1, but that was it. They didn't play Qualifier 2, and they didn't play Qualifier 3, so making this one final run, regardless of how unlucky does here today, I do not believe that they have a spot in the finals of SAC. So this is just their hoorah. They're here to make a statement. They're here to show what they can do, but it's Axolt who are going to be moving forward, and this is going to be determinant in their seed for finals.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct in saying that Unlucky does not have a spot here in playoffs. They will not earn enough points out of this tournament alone. Hey, got to play in the tournaments if you want the points in order to qualify, right? And there's no doubt, of course, that Unlucky would be able to do that. But for now, they'll just try to sow the seeds of doubt against one of these teams that has qualified for Top Cut. And even taking that 2-0 off of Farto earlier, that'll be another team that we see in the end of season playoffs. So they're just looking to try to make a statement, as you said, try to build up some of that momentum heading into a potential next season, Splatoon 3. Maybe they head into Ludi next. Whatever's next on their radar, they are looking to build up the momentum. They are looking to make their names known. And this is a roster that I'm actually not too terribly familiar with. Skep, do you recognize any of the players here or anything you've got to call out?
I believe Unlucky formed a couple of months ago. They haven't been around for too long, so honestly, no, I'm not too familiar with Unlucky. I did see them play in, I believe it was either Squid Junction or Triton Cup, and they did do well in that, but that has to have been 2 or 3 months ago. And then obviously SAC Qualifier 1. But no, I'm not too familiar with Unlucky, and that's the point here, right? All of these players are here to make names for themselves. They're here to say, "Way from the water," and I'm here. You can't sleep on me. So, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing that surprise factor that comes to the table.
Yeah, definitely. Again, this is a team that I think was not on anyone's radar to go this far in this tournament, and now they're sitting at Grands. They're taking a look at trying to, maybe play a little bit of spoiler for Axolt's seed or screw them over maybe a little bit in the playoffs, or just looking to try to come into this one for the practice. And so it should be good to watch nonetheless. So yeah, definitely excited as we get into this one. So we have been moving incredibly quickly for the past set. We were thrown right into the last one. Both the semifinal sets were 2-0, so we were expecting to hop right into the grand final set here, but it looks like we're just now starting to get some of our players in the lobby. So hopefully we'll be able to bring this one to you. But Skep, okay, we have to talk about it because it's recent on everyone's minds. Favorite announcement from the Splatoon 3 Direct, go.
Oh my god, my favorite announcement for the Splatoon 3 Direct is number one, that Blob is visible. All weapons were confirmed to be in Splatoon 3, but I hadn't actually seen it, so there's always that seeded doubt in my mind where maybe Blob is just too busted. They're not gonna bring it.
Did they change it? Did they change it?
I don't know. I don't know if they changed it. Obviously, we haven't seen it. I only saw it in Silver Shop. So Blob exists. Cool. My favorite applies to everyone announcement, I suppose, is the fact that you can change gear slots on main abilities for gear. I like looking drippy. My drip may be soccer mom chic, but I like it. And I like the fact that we'll be able to, it adds more custom abilities to the game, and also it also makes gear creation significantly easier. So I'm looking forward to that. And then the fact that you can continue earning chunks on gear, once you have 3 subs. I know that's, such, a competitive player, mindset to have. But, just grinding gear sucks. And that will just make it so much easier.
Yeah.
What about you?
So, of course, as someone who doesn't actively play the game nearly as much as most of the people that are here, I am most looking forward to replays.
Yes, that was my next thing. Oh my god.
Being able to go into the lobby, to view things from different perspectives, to watch the overheads, to do all of these sorts of things will just be so much easier to do with those replay features.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that I am really looking forward to doing. Obviously, we'll have to see exactly how things come in, but I imagine that once we get like a year into Splatoon 3, I imagine you're probably going to start to see some pretty cool stuff come out of those replays.
Yes.
I know the minds here at IPL that work on like the production workflows and things like that. They're probably going to try to cook up something with those to see what there is. But nonetheless, let's turn our attention here back to this tournament. SAC qualifier for both these teams. Given the fact that we're on the map screen now, I'm going to assume that we're actually going to be heading into this tournament. Now, for those of you that are confused why we're seeing Splatzone's Piranha Pit again, the teams actually played the grand finals map list for semifinals last set, and neither team called out the other on it, so the map stood as called. This one is the actual correct map when it was supposed to be played.
Yes.
But here we are nonetheless. So another element of the craziness that is transpired in the past about 30 minutes. But here we are nonetheless. Back to Piranha Pit, and maybe we'll see a little bit more of a slow match on this one.
Yeah, I think it's Axolt who's going to have the advantage here. For illegitimate reasons, given that they just played this, so it's fresh on their minds. They know how they want to communicate it. They know how they want to call things out. They know where they want to be positioned, like what's feeling good today. So, Axolt, we're probably going to be seeing something very similar there, particularly out of the try, because I know that's all Spets plays.
Bucket players coming in here, and now we get a look at this composition from Unlucky, and we're going to see a Nautilus here coming out as well as that Charger. So that Nautilus is going to be having a lot more of a frontline presence than we might be used to seeing out of it.
I like it. First of all, that E-leader shot, they went to whip around them. That was admirable. I love it. Spets trying to get the pick on Liz there on that right side, but it's Axolt sitting pretty in winning that first team fight, able to get that first cap. But there's a difference between a cap and a hold as Unlucky neutralizes that left side. Already, this is playing differently than what we saw last set.
Again, like, this is how it should be played, in air quotes. I'm obviously, kidding a little bit here, but expect things to be a lot more neutral. Expect things to be a lot more slow and methodical here, especially given with the fact that we've got chargers on both sides of the map that are very easily going to be able to get just enough ink on top of these zones in order to try to neutralize things and in order to make their presence known. I mean, you see Yoshel here is moving forward and is going to be able to find one snipe. Unfortunately, player had armor up, but now is able to find another one onto Utsuna on that far side and is just staring right down this conveyor belt from Axolt out of their spawn. Unlucky has their firm grip on these zones right now.
Something I'm really admiring about Yoshel's plays there is the fact of how quickly they're rotating. They're taking a shot, they're putting pressure, then they're rotating. They're taking another shot, maybe getting a pick, maybe not. But all that pressure is huge because it's just making Unlucky wonder Axolt wonder where is the backline, where are they coming from? And Axolt does get the cap here, and they are going to clear with penalty. But Unlucky took a lot of time off the clock, getting down to 45 remaining.
And now all of a sudden, it's another 3-down situation. They were trying to go back, they were trying to resync all of their spawns up, and then they walked into a handful of bombs, an E-leader shot here or there, and all of a sudden it's another 3-down situation. Unlucky's gonna have to charge up their specials, and potentially Axolt could even try to find the lead here. Now, still relatively early in this game, we're not even halfway through it on the game clock, but nonetheless, we're starting to see some of these teams feel each other out, and they're starting to try to notice a handful of these tendencies. Now, Baru was able to sneak up right on top of this E-leader from Axolt, and we see one pick going back the other way. Now, surprise, Inkjet from LLZ up in the air, now trying to find a little bit more of that pesky presence towards the spawn here, but nonetheless, Unlucky is starting to, is really, doing a good job of firmly holding these zones. With how far forward they're moved ahead, it's going to be difficult for Axolt to break in here, especially with no specials to their name right now.
Yeah, and they've really fanned out and created a very large area of influence. You have those two players on the right side coming for the junior, but going to get picked by the Firefin, who does go down in the zone. But that Unlucky really showing how well they like to hold just massive amounts of space, and that's really admirable. And that's really how you generate a lockout on this map, especially given just how much pressure both of those snipers can create.
Unlucky has had some of the longest pushes we've seen so far here, and now they're looking to try to continue that with just 10 ticks of this timer left to go. Yoshel still staring down on the front lines of these zones. The bomb rush to continue making their ink on top of the zone, and Unlucky is going to go ahead to take game one in this final set.
That, honestly, given that Unlucky hasn't been around much for this SAC, this is a genuine surprise, because Axolt has been playing well the whole time. They've been playing well today. Unlucky has been playing well today, but this is just not a team that anyone expected to be here right now.
Yeah, Axolt has been playing well. They've been playing consistent, you know, in all of these top cuts, no matter who all has decided to show up for each individual tournament. And so for Unlucky to just show up and take game one, you know, hats off to them. And for the record, Unlucky's actually been playing pretty well so far today, too. They took a 2-0 over Assault and Pepper. They took a 2-0 over Unlimited when we United, 2-0 over Cascade Duck Crew. So they're actually, they've had some decent results in the Swiss stage today. They're also looking on fire, but now we'll have to see what the response comes in from Axolt, as they are going to take us to their first counter pick of the set, Tower Control Manta Maria. What do you think the idea is here?
The idea here, I don't think the E-Leader's going to be staying. I think they're going to be switching for probably a V-Charger or a C-Jet. The E-Leader can do a very great job, if they do choose to stick with that, can do a very great job of holding either plat, particularly the home plat on defense. And that could enable particularly someone like Spets or someone like Nero to go in and flank through street or get set up all the way behind on the opponent's snipe. I think that's what they're going to try and go for here. Ray is funny here given how narrow it is. So the V-Charger or the C-Jet, if we do see the backline switching in that direction. Also Storm with that E-Leader. I'm really talking. I know I said I wasn't going to expect E-Leader, but I'm really talking myself into the E-Leader moment. We might be seeing that again. Just Storm is just funny here across bunkers. A couple funny angles you can hit.
Yeah, I mean, and especially when there's a coordinated path for that tower to go, right?
Yeah.
When you have that, you have this ability to just kind of take off some of these angles, basically have a clear out like some of these paths and some of these places where the defense could be, or you know, things of that nature. Inkstorm can certainly be strong here, and given the fact that we saw two teams pick Charger last map, I imagine we're probably going to see a Charger here as well. There aren't a ton of positions for that Charger to really get set up on that last map, right? There are no real snipes or things like that, so you see these Chargers taking these angles around these, you know, little inflatables, or I don't even remember what you call them. What do you call little inflatable balloons?
It depends on the map. Sometimes they're pillows, sometimes they're like bunker, you know, it depends.
Pillows? You call them pillows. Are they air pillows?
I mean, I don't know. Ask the devs. That seems like a question you could ask them, K-Bot.
Oh, right. I would definitely be able to ask them. Well, we'll ask these players what they think after this set, as now we're hopping right on into things. See a Neo Splash coming out of Axolt here. Instead of that Charger, still has that bomb launcher at their disposal. And we see the custom Jet Squelcher on the side of Unlucky this time around.
Wait a second. You're telling me that the Charger switched to a Splash? What? Okay, that's an interesting change there from Axolt. Certainly not one that I personally was expecting.
Not a lot of expectations here coming out, but both teams still have a Nautilus at their disposal. We'll be looking to see what those weapons can do, as we've seen Nautilus over the years in Splatoon 2 have quite a strong presence on each individual team. Now Nero moving forward here, able to pick up their second pick, as now It's going to open this window of opportunity for Axolt to continue applying pressure on forward. Here comes a bomb launcher as well, saving this special to try to catch out where some of these members of Unlucky might be hiding to try to take care of this tower. But all the meanwhile, that tower is cleared past this first checkpoint. Finally, the Stingray comes out to try to stall this momentum, but it's just not enough. Axolt is going to keep moving.
Really liked that bomb rush from Nero. It just simply took so much forward space, and really, in my opinion, is what enabled that that checkpoint to break. A good defense here from Unlucky. They have temporarily stopped that push, but that is just temporary because Axolt is right back on that tower.
Yeah, L's coming up with his double there as soon as Axolt was starting to push a little bit too far forward on that left side. You see a lot of the activity around here as this is where Axolt's trying to approach through to try to continue clearing a path for this tower. Now, Ruptive able to find the trade here, and that's going to just allow this tower to keep moving forward. They're looking to try to get down to the second checkpoint already, and it looks like they might actually have a decent shot of clearing it. Spets is going to go down on the top of this mast here. But these teams are starting to try to move on forward. You see Nero trying to find a pick onto Yoshell, but Shell's going to be able to shut that one down. And now you see trying to swim away here is able to take care of Roctive. And so now finally Unlucky might have a little bit of an opportunity to start building up map control, building up specials, and building up momentum. They've got to be careful to catch these members of Axolt out. Nero is going to stand up and get splattered.
Yeah, that last exchange was really interesting because Axolt continued to hold forward despite the push very visibly having come to a close. They were continuing to take time even as the tower was falling back to mid, and that may catch them in trouble here because, oh, I take it all back. Nero is just cracked. Aizen is just cracked. They have secured the things that they need, and that tower is going to be winded right back towards Unlucky spawn.
A lot of teamwork there and a lot of coordination as a lot of things were popped all at once. You saw multiple burst bombs coming out. You saw the inkjet coming out of Roctive, and these things where all of your energy was focused in one direction. That allows this opportunity for Axolt to push this tower. And now Nero goes in with his ink armor, is able to find one. Now looking for a second, and it is going to be maybe traded off with a teammate. Now Nero is just going to try to survive through this Stingray, try to create more chaos on this map. But it's not going to be enough. Nonetheless, Axolt able to get this down once again to the 18-point mark, and Unlucky really has not had a firm hold of this map. You see even again, Spets and Roctive moving forward here, continuing to catch these members of Unlucky off guard. Unlucky is not expecting such aggressive playstyle coming out of Axolt because they're not pushing the tower right now.
Yeah, and they're managing to keep the tower out of mid, right? Which is beneficial towards Axolt. The longer the tower is not in mid, the less paint Unlucky can get in mid. But this is huge because Unlucky just got 3 down on the side of Axolt. So this is going to be the first time they are able to get paint down near the tower as it starts moving in 2.5 minutes.
They've got so much more work cut out for them here. Look at how much orange ink is still on this map at this stage of the game. Now it allows this opportunity for Roctive to find this flank, potentially is going to get spotted, and that's a trade of the Nautili. Is that a word? 35 seconds here left to go in this match. They're going to start to move forward. Unlucky can't quite get on top of this tower. That was a little bit unfortunate here, but finally able to try to find this. Now, here's the thing. Unlucky hasn't cleared out all of those angles from this backside, so we're going to see this bomb launcher get thrown out. You're seeing so much orange ink around this tower, and it's so much more difficult for Unlucky to really find their footing, find a way to dig their heels in and move this tower forward. 10 seconds left to go. Els is going to go up into the air here. Now with this inkjet, able to find one. Might be looking for another, but no, actually, the rest of the team was able to take care of the rest of the their enemies. It's a complete wipe, and now they're starting to snowball on forward. We're in overtime. One touch of the tower from somebody from Axolt, and this game will be over. But it looks like Unlucky clears it. That happened a lot faster than I was expecting.
It's
but
very lucky.
Yeah.
There was a moment in the final 45 seconds of that game where I got nervous for Axolt because they were doing so well that whole game. But the thing is that feed to win strategy does not work on defense. So in order for them to successfully hold that second checkpoint, they needed to have all 4 members up, all 4 members holding different angles. You needed to have that tri-slasher on your elbow or that court. You needed to be able to have everybody up to get bombs. You needed the splash to be able to farm bomb rush. There were so many things that Axolt needed that they didn't have because their brains were still on feed mode. And that works great on offense. That works great shifting the battle lines. But the moment that Unlucky got past where that first checkpoint had been, Axolt's brains needed to turn onto defense, and they just didn't. And once that second checkpoint had fallen, the game was over for Axolt. There was very little that they could do.
But here's the other thing. This just goes to prove something that I heard a very, very, very long time ago. Gather round, kids, because I'm going to tell you a story. Inkstorm 4 was a tournament held back in Splatoon 1. Hitzel was commentating it. I happened to be going back and taking a look at that VOD probably about a year ago or 2 years ago, however long ago it was. And I've held on to this quote since then. From Hitzel. Oftentimes, Splatoon is about not necessarily the sum of your performances, but your best individual performance across the team for a particular moment in the game. At the end of the day, it only takes one push to go right in order to get that knockout, in order to get that lead in overtime, in order to take care of a lot of these things. And of course, there are things like checkpoints on tower control or the future checkpoints in Rainmaker that are going to come on through. But at the same time, it is still, if something works, if there is a 30-second stretch of time that you are playing perfect Splatoon, that is what is going to win you the game. It won't matter what happened for the first 4.5 minutes. If you can find that 30-second stretch where you can find that knockout, where you can find all of those things, that is going to be what wins you these individual games. And it's not going to matter. Spoiler alert, folks, that didn't change from Splatoon 1 to Splatoon 2, and that's not going to change in Splatoon 3 either. So consider that. And now we'll have to see on a new, fresh stage what comes forward here as Axolt has counterpicked to Splat Zones on Mako Mart as their final counterpick of this tournament.
Yeah, regardless of who wins this, Splat Zones, Mako Mart, this is their last counterpick. Axolt has to win this because they have to snowball through the rest of the set. Regardless, they have made finals, right? They can breathe easy in that aspect. However, there's still something to be said about winning gold in an SAC qualifier. That is huge. And Unlucky is quite possibly heading towards that direction. However, I am curious. I do expect the fire fin to come out from Unlucky that we saw on Splat Zones Piranha, just because that can be so useful in holding either of these stacks on Mako Mart. Also, an E-leader can be extremely dominant here. So this is a counter pick that benefits both teams equally. I do think Axolt will be more comfortable here, given that they do have that backline that we didn't see in round 2. But both teams have things that they could play here, particularly that try on Axolt.
Absolutely, and you see that try come out, tried and true here in the hands of Spets. But now these teams are starting to charge on forward, and as you say, both these teams want this tournament victory. We were talking about this a little bit before we came on. The 13 highest leading teams entering this tournament were all participating today. This tournament was stacked in terms of SAC standards, and coming out on top, whether you're coming in from, already having qualified for playoffs, or in Unlucky's case, trying to prove your worth outside of playoffs. This would be a win that both these teams want to have. And now we're starting to get into things here as Axolt has capped this zone and is starting to get a little bit more positioning on top of this zone. They're able to move forward here, and you see Spets on this side, making sure that these members of Unlucky don't feel comfortable, but a very nice pick comes out of Yoshell, and it's going to open up this door for Unlucky to get on top of these zones.
This is going to be a cap for Unlucky. As they burn through those specials, they have the Storm out. They have that Inkjet on recall, but that Inkjet landing is camped by the Junior. That is a trade that does fall in favor of Unlucky, given that they are currently in control. However, they have to get Spets out of here. That is a delayed 3 down on the members of Axolt. But as I say that, Axolt comes right back on swinging. Ozuna and Rotsiv just doing the work that they need to as the rest of their team comes out of spawn.
Well done by Axolt in order to get back in here, and now they're going to maintain their lead, at least for the time being, and they might be looking to extend it here as well. A little bit more green ink is getting on top of these zones, but Ozuna is going to be able to get a Splat Bomb pick onto the E-leader on the other side of the map, and that's going to allow Axolt to start storming on forward, forcing these armors, forcing these Tenet missiles out of Unlucky just in order to try to get back in on top of this zone. But Dupe going to be able to come forward, is able to find one, and now they might be able to try to find this zone cap. Nonetheless, no, actually, they don't have enough members. They have only their short-range members on the front lines here, and Axolt still has control of these zones. They might be looking to try to take their first game of the set here.
It could come at this very moment. You have that Firefin in a very dominant position on that left side. They are not going to have bomb rush in time. That Inkjet comes out to displace that sniper, and they are forced to jump out. Unlucky, not giving up tournament point quite yet. Going 3-3 as they are about to clear that penalty.
A lot of the targets that these players are picking are absolutely massive. You see Els popping that Inkjet just to get that charger out of there, which enables the rest of the team to feel more confident in their own positions, in their own fights. They don't have to worry about getting stared at by an E-leader from the other side of the map. So having that Inkjet in order to pressure that one specific target is absolutely critical when it has that much presence like an E-leader. But now, Unlucky, looking to try to take control of the lead here, and Baru is going to back up, able to find one onto Spats. That Tri-Slosher just does not quite have the range. Now Nero trying to drop on top of Baru, but Baru going to back on top of the zone. Nero trying to come on back in here, but it's a 2-down situation for Unlucky right now. They were so close to taking this lead, but now Nero is able to come up with one more. This charger isn't going to be able to get a lot of work done, and Axolt is able to cap these zones and prevent Unlucky from taking the lead.
Perfect prioritization of objective by Nero. Bringing the zone into neutral, getting the pick, the zone flips back, bringing it back into neutral, and then pushing out that E-leader. Exactly what they needed to do at any given moment of time. Fantastic play there. Axolt having a minute and a half to figure out how they want to break in, but they are down that T-Tech. They are down that Inkjet, which was so... Oh, and clean cancel there. This is huge for Axolt. This very well could be match point.
Looking to try to find this knockout here as Nero is able to find one onto this Junior. They don't have this ink armor at the ready. There's nobody else around the zone to get green ink on top of it. And so Axolt is going to take their first game of this set, looking to try to find that reverse sweep.
So it can take a deep breath. They need to fuel back up because they have to continue to sweep through this on their opponent's counter picks. That can be that's quite something, right? Because you know that Unlucky is going to be trying to shut down what Axolt brings to the table. Particularly, I don't know if the members of... I don't know if that backline on the member of Unlucky is comfortable switching to other things, but obviously the backline on Axolt is, because we did see that swap for tower control Manta. So how do you shut down Axolt's comp? Most likely, if I was trying to figure this out right now, Rainmaker or Clams, right? Because that is mobile, but then you have your own backline to work around with and what they are comfortable with. So honestly, anything is up in the air, but they can't go back to zones, and they can't go back to tower control.
I mean, in a lot of ways, right, both of these teams are playing very similar compositions. They both have players that would probably prefer to play Charger if they have that ability to. They both have like one or two frontline players that are just kind of running in, going at it. They have their armor players, right? And so they have all of the pieces together. And so these are very similar compositions in nature. Looks like the selection coming out of Unlucky is going to be Clamblitz on Snap or Canal. Uh-oh, folks. How many... Place your bets now. How many are going to fall in the water?
Honestly?
That seems to be a tradition on the IPL streams. I don't know.
I don't think any. Number one, I haven't seen any. The movement that I've seen, particularly from Nero, but all of these players, has been very, very, very clean. I'm not saying that clean players can't make mistakes. Obviously, they can, and no one is perfect. But I haven't seen anything that strikes to me as, like, that was scuffed. like, obviously, you know what I mean. I haven't seen anything that looked choppy or didn't look fluid. So, I don't think we're going to be seeing anybody take a swim today, but if they do, you and I can both point and laugh.
I mean, come on. Why would you want to go for a swim? Summer's coming to a close. Schools are about to be back in session. You want to go for a swim. You want to go to the pool, right?
Hey, but I was swimming all of last week.
Okay. Yeah, you were. That's where I'm going to go. But anyway, we'll see what comes of this here. As we mentioned, Axolt looking to try to find this reverse sweep, but they're going to have to fight through 2 counter picks from their opponents. Glenlit Snapper being the first of one. And unlucky, at this point, unlucky that they couldn't make SAC playoffs, but they're just looking to try to make their individual player names known. And both these teams have been playing incredibly well throughout the course of this set. Even if the first 2 games went 2-0, there were a lot of good moments coming out of Axolt, and we'll have to see if they can find those good moments here as we go now to Snapper Canal.
Yeah, and I do think that this is a good counter pick from Unlucky, given how snowbally pushes do tend to be. We do see a little bit of a comp change on the side of Axolt, bringing out the bamboo and the 52. That is the first time we have seen the 52 this whole set.
Yeah, that 52 is a monster in the right hands. It has so many tools at their disposal in order to move forward, and especially for someone like Nero to be able to pilot here, I expect to see at least a double or a triple coming out of Nero later in this one. But nonetheless, as we continue to get set here, it looks like Axolt has actually able to been building up a significant chunk of clams early on in this set. You'll notice how much map control they have in mid as well. Looks like they might even try to start to make a push as Nero goes up in the air with this bomb, but is going to be dropping that football here, and Yoshel is able to hold the fort down with this Rapid Pro, opting for this armor here on the back lines.
Perfect positioning from that Rapid Pro. Just applying constant chip, hitting all 3 of the directs that they needed to break and shred that Booyah Bomb. And that was what saves that engagement on behalf of Unlucky. Just fantastic job. But Axolt is not out of there yet. I say that, and they probably are, or at least they probably should be. The clam not able to be dunked. Once again, Yoshel coming in with the Rapid Pro.
Coming in with the Rapid Pro. Nero, though, has the football, has the tools at their disposal, exactly what I'm talking about, to be able to throw that football in, but now it's going to get swarmed by 3 of the members of Unlucky. Looks like a few more times might come in, and now jump comes in. Oh, Rockdiff not able to find the football into the basket. Eisen going up in the air, looking for a potential splashdown jump angle, but is not able to find that here either. Down to the 74-point mark, so just a few clams thrown in here for Axolt to get things rolling in this game. But this, so far, we have seen incredibly neutral play from both of these teams. Now Eisen able to come up with 2 there. Well done defensive stance, and that is probably going to allow Axolt here to continue building up plans, and they might even get to go for a second push.
Yeah, Beru on that right side, they do swing back in order to try install this push out, but not quickly enough. Axolt does break that basket, and they do have enough clams to extend this here, but they are just not in position to be able to dunk those. But when it comes to Snapper, either your pushes are going to be very sustained, they're going to be very drawn out, and you're going to catch people on that drop, or they're just going to be little by little, and that may be what Axolt is setting themselves up here, because they have constantly had control of both of those hills.
With the play from Yoshel so far, it's going to be difficult to really find a firm hold here. But now, as you mentioned, little by little, third power clam goes in the basket. And actually, this time it's 2. Down to the 37-point mark for Axolt is actually going to be a quite significant lead. And so while it might have taken them 3 pushes, now Nero actually able to sneak in, throw a few more clams in, get us down to 28. It might have taken a long time for them to get to this point, but they have made it here nonetheless. Now with a sizable lead over the rest of the map. Now Nero actually able to just storm forward, get this second pick, and now they're collecting their clams in order to make their 4th unanswered push potentially.
Nero godly on that 52, and here it goes, that 4th basket break. Will they be able to clear the penalty? They do go 2 down. That gives so much space for Unlucky to be able to push up, getting it down to 20. It's just Eisen, but they have to deal with that pro. That jump is camped. Very quickly shut down by Unlucky. A minute and a half left in this game, and now Unlucky needs to have at least 1 solid push to be able to pull lead here.
And I don't know quite how they're going to be able to do that. They only have got 2 power claims at the ready right now. And you have to imagine that we're starting to get close to claim capacity on this map. Now it looks like Marduk has this junior in hand, looking to try to push on forward, but there's not a ton of follow-up right now for the rest of the players. Oh no, the jump to the backline was actually caught out here by the members of Axolt who are moving forward, and it is going to be a 3-down situation, but it is a bit late. Now Modub has to try to find this football, is able to collect this one, but there's not many other clams on the map for Unlucky right now. They don't have a second power clam at their disposal in order to throw this in, and the more times they try to throw more power clams in and get these penalties, the harder it's going to be in order to try to find their way to take back this lead. They've only got 1 potential push left, and these members of Axolt are making their presence known on the map, taking the fight right to where this power clam is, able to take care of 2 of these members of Unlucky, and that will stall things out for just a little while longer, as now Axolt has a firm control of mid.
Axolt doesn't even need to dunk, and they shouldn't, because then they're giving Unlucky a pity clam. There are 10 seconds left, and Unlucky does not have what they need in order to force this into overtime. They are 1 member down. Axolt, oh, there's the swag pot in the fall. Oh, man, they did that on purpose. Wait, there's a power clam.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to break basket, but will they be able to sustain this? Basket is open. You have the junior with those power clams. They are dunking. They have the inkjet out. Axolt needs to be able to figure out where they want to be on the defense here, because Unlucky has enough clams to pull lead. They are under that basket. It is just the 52. They need 1 more clam, and then this game is over. GG's. Unlucky at tournament point, taking SAC qualifier 4.
How did they manage? How did they manage to pull up all of those clams, get all of that right in at the end of the game? That was not unlucky by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, having all of those clams might have actually been quite lucky out of them, as they're able to take this tournament. And again, in such a stacked event where Unlucky was one of the teams that had previously, or one of these top 13 teams that we were talking about, or, you know, potentially looking outside, looking in, they made their names known today, and I expect that you'll be seeing these players in more of these kinds of events to come.
Yeah, you sure will. I've been seeing Unlucky a little bit more frequently, and now, because of today, I'm going to have to do my research on these squids, keep my eyes on them, because I expect to be seeing them again in the future. Who you will be seeing again in the future is actually Axolt. They will be moving on to the finals of SAC Season 5. So quite a good run for them so far this season. Once again, to remind everyone, Axolt did get first in Qualifier 1 for silver, did get eliminated round 1 of Qualifier 2 in gold bracket, and then slept on Qualifier 3. So this deep run in Qualifier 4 secures them their place in the finals, but Unlucky got very, very lucky on that last match, and I'm sure we'll be seeing them make a deep run in SAC Season 5 for Splatoon 3. I mean, Season 6! Oh my god!
One of the seasons, I don't know. I mean, at some point, all the seasons start running together, right? Like for Ludi, right? What season of Ludi are we on at this point?
All right, old man, it was Season 12.
Oh my goodness, 12 seasons of Ludi? How many teams has that league killed? Anyway.
I survived Ludi!
That is going to do it from our broadcast today. As a reminder, SAC playoffs are going to be coming at some point. Stay tuned on the IPL Twitter for more information about when those playoffs will be occurring. But pending confirmation from our tournament organizers, our top 4 in no particular order will be Synergy, 64, Farto, Liar, Cascade Duck Crew, Unlimited will be United, Helixeo, and Axolt. Don't quote me on that. If I might have gotten something wrong, because I was doing my unofficial spreadsheet tallies before we started commentating for this event today. But those are going to be the teams that you see again, who you've seen over the course of this season go make these deeper runs into these brackets, and who are going to be returning for playoffs. So be sure, stay on the lookout for things like that. And of course, if you're excited for Splatoon 3, stick around. So many more events coming on the horizon. We've got Shine coming up as one of the final, Splatoon 2 lands. Riptide is coming up as one of the final first Splatoon 3 lands and final Splatoon 2 lands. And then, of course, Big House, Shine, and Riptide are both going to be on this channel. So between Low Ink, between Shine, Riptide, and the SAC playoffs, there is plenty of Splatoon content coming your way on IPL Splatoon. So go ahead, drop a follow if you haven't already. Follow IPL on Twitter. And while we're doing the whole shilling thing, Skep, thanks for commentating with me today. Where can good people find you?
Well, you can find me at Shine in 11 days, 17 hours,
All right.
6 minutes, and 32 seconds. Also at Twitter and Twitch at Skepidillions as seen on screen. What about you, old man?
Old man. You really got to call me old man all the time around here.
Yes.
KBot_273 on Twitter. I unfortunately will not be at Shine. It'll be one of the first lands I'm missing in quite some time. But I will be at Riptide. So those of you that might be coming to Riptide, feel free to say hello. And that'll do it from us today. Of course, Boing has been our stream producer for the day. So shout outs there. And of course, shout outs to the entire SAC staff on this final qualifier for Season 5. We hope to see you for the Splatoon Advanced Circuit playoffs in the future, as well as plenty more content to come on from Inkling Performance Labs. Take care, everyone, and have yourselves a good evening.
Stay fresh.